Hello and welcome to another stream. My name is Ray and with me here is Snipe.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, and today we are casting the BSL 7 ChoboLeague round of 16 groups C and D. So we have already seen some nice games 2 days ago when we casted group B. And yeah, we'll have two groups today because there were some walkovers, so the groups are a bit shorter, so we will cover both of them today. And we will start with Group C here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We already have 4 players qualified for the round of 8. We're gonna wrap that up today and find out who the next 4 will be.
Yes. Okay, so let's take a look at the players we have here today in Group C. So I will show the browser here. So the first player we have in Group C is BSL 7 Olin. So Polish Zerg, around 150 games and 1.7k MMR, a bit above 1.7k MMR. Yeah, so I would say he's slightly above average of the players we have seen today so far in the round of 16. And his opponent will be Coffee. Yeah, another Polish Zerg. A bit lower in MMR, just a bit above 1.5k MMR. Also a bit less games, but still, yeah, almost 80 games, so that's still a lot. So those are the first two players we have here going at each other in the first round, but we also have one other player, which is Chewy, or also called Jedi 1 in game. He's a very high MMR player, so Polish Russian Protoss, I would say. Yeah, almost at 1.9k. I think that should be the highest MMR player we had so far in the ChoboLeague, at least from the games I have seen.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, and the opponent of Chewy, who is called IMORP, OAP, you can see him here. Polish, I always say Polish, sorry. Another Zerg from the Netherlands. Yeah, he did only play 20 games, and his MMR is not quite high, on the level compared to the other players. So yeah, I guess he would be an underdog in this group, but he did sadly not show up, so we'll not see him today, and we just see the first three players battling it out for 2 spots in the round of 8. Okay, so shall we start with the first series, or is there anything left to say?
No, I think you got it all. Let's do it.
Okay, so as I said, Chewy, aka Jedi1, got a free win against IMOAP in the first match, and the first match we see today is the second match of the group, which is Olin against Coffee. So 2 Polish lyrics battling it out here. So the game is open.
All right. Yay, I can quick join now.
Nice. Hi, Aveti.
If it works. There we go. All right. So it looks like Ground Zero. That was definitely a popular map when we cast it a couple days ago.
Yes, definitely. So let's jump right into it.
All right. So we have our purple Zerg here in the top left. IRK's Olin.
And in the top right of ground zero here we have our dark blue Zerg coffee session, or just coffee for short. Yeah, and ZVZ, of course, we have seen some ZVZs in our last group on Monday. is a very quick matchup, can end in a few minutes, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, you don't often see them go very long, and it usually ends up in some Mutalisks or Ling battles, both. Like, you don't see too many more units than drones, Mutalisks, and Lings in this match. You certainly can. I have definitely seen, like, Hydralisk plays in the past, or if it goes long enough, you can get the Queens or Defilers. But I doubt we'll get into any of that today. Maybe.
Yeah,
We'll have
we'll
to see.
see. Okay, so both players have no pools so far, so no super quick rushes here. But we are approaching the 200 minerals for each of them. No player built an overlord here, so we will see a 9 pool probably, or it's even a 9 hedge for Coffee, and a 9 pool for Olin. That's interesting.
Right. We'll have to see when Coffee gets his pool after this. As long as he gets it fairly quickly, I think he'll be fine, and having that extra production might give him a bit of an advantage. But if he starts getting overlords and drones from here, he might be in a bit of trouble to some Ling pressure.
Yeah, and it looks like he's saving up money now, so we will see a pool at 9 supply here after that 9 supply hedge. So yeah, I think it could be in time, but we also see Olin with gas mining started already, so there will be a fast speed for Olin, and no gas so far for Coffee.
It's also possible he would go for a fast lair. I'm not sure which one we're seeing. He is pulling. Okay, he's pulling drones off gas, which tells me he's gonna go for speed there. He just pulled one. I guess he's still got
only one.
2 mining.
Yeah, so looks like he will get both speed and a quick lair.
Let's see.
I'm
Well,
not
if he
sure if he
sends the Lings in the
scouted
right
him.
direction.
I think there was no scouting information so far. So yeah, we can see him going cross.
Yeah, it looks like he's going in the wrong direction. So Coffee should be just fine here as long as he makes 6 Lings right away.
Yes, and he's doing just that. Also starts his gas mining now. And his expansion is up. So here's the double hatchery production. You can't underestimate that. So you have basically double the link count, but there will be speed for Olin and no speed for Coffee, so that can change things very quickly as well.
Yeah. The more time he gives to Coffee, though, the more his larva advantage will be able to come into play here. He is going to be able to see those few Lings. I don't know if he's going to try and commit. One thing he will have, though, is the faster lair, so he'll be able to get Mutalisks out faster, forcing Coffee to have to defend against Mutalisks or go heavy on the Lings to counter him.
Yeah, we see the first fight here. The Ling speed finished for Olin, and he's going and jumping right at Coffee's Lings here. And it's actually a very close fight, but now 3 Lings in the main with speed, so maybe 1 or 2 drones can go down here.
Nice save on a couple of drones there.
Yeah.
Not losing any, that's very important, especially in such a low economy situation as ZVZ.
And the speed for Coffee is almost finished as well.
A couple more Lings sneak in. Still doesn't lose a drone, so very nice. Once speed's done, I think we'll see him try and chase out these Lings.
Oh,
one drone does go down. But he's still ahead in drones. Okay, Olin just made another one. Now they're equal drones.
Yeah.
Let's see. He has started his Spire. It's about half done already.
Yeah, but now he has to face a lot of Zerglings here, streaming across the map from Coffee, and he doesn't really have a lot himself. Yeah, needs to get another Sunken, that's correct. I think only one Sunken against those, I don't know, 25 Zerglings would not be the easiest defense, but he's getting another one.
He hasn't started morphing it yet, though. Lings are in his base.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Now he's morphing it. I think he needs to take the drones as well. Yeah, he's doing it.
Okay, that was a pretty good trick. He lost 3 drones, it looks like, for all those Lings.
Yeah, the 2 lost drones. I think it was 2.
Oh, there's actually
nice.
Lings and Coffee's base that killed a couple of drones as well.
Yeah,
So they're
I
both
just
on 5
realized.
drones.
Both on 5 drones, yeah, that's funny. But is there a Mutalist? Okay, first Mutalist started now, but there's so many more links for Coffee. Maybe he can just go in and target some more drones. I'm not sure, there are 2 Sunkens now.
Yeah, he's got 2 Sunkens and a couple of Lings here. Will that be enough? I don't think Coffee has enough here.
No, against 2 Sunkens it will not be enough. But he can't lose more drones here. Okay, nice, saves them all, and now the Mutalist is on the way, and we see no defense at all for Coffee. No Spore, not even, I don't know, Hydralistan or a Lair started. So I think this Mutalist could win the game here.
He's slowly gonna pick away at those drones. I mean, maybe Coffee's got one last chance to mass up some Lings and try and overwhelm his opponent before the Mutas can kill him. But his window's closing quickly. He's gonna try and get an Evo chamber down here at his natural. And I guess get some spores up to try and save his economy here.
Whew. Oh, and the Mutalist of Olin is actually... it's not checking, okay. It went to check the natural, but then it turned around. And, okay, now he checks the natural. But I mean, there are only 3 drones left. Even if he gets the spore up here, then he has 2 drones left. It will not be enough, sadly.
Yeah, and he's gonna lose another couple of drones.
Yeah, and
So
now he doesn't have enough minerals.
Yeah, he could make 1 drone, and that's it.
Yeah, and yeah, he can get the spore, but now he doesn't have a single drone anymore, and there are more lurkers coming, and he has no defense against.
He's literally
ground.
sitting here on 0 supply.
Yeah.
And 2 minerals.
Not really sure what he's planning here, but this game is definitely over.
Yeah, I will say I did play Coffee in the round of 40, and he kind of did something like this against me too. Like I ended up beating him, right, but he didn't leave until I killed his main and his natural. So maybe processing the loss a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe he's just frustrated and annoyed and wants to waste some time for it. I don't know. That could also be true, but yeah, he's just not doing anything. His APM is also going down, so he's not even clicking anything. It looks like he's completely AFK and went, yeah, just get a drink or something.
Forcing his opponent to kill him while he composes himself for the next match.
And that means we'll see the first game of the BSL 7 ChoboLeague, which ends in all buildings getting destroyed. Nice.
Eliminated. Oh, there he calls the GG.
No! He left a second before the pool died.
No, Coffee. How could you do that? Alright. Well, it's ZVZ. Anything can happen. I mean, you know, lower level, lower MMR players can definitely overcome higher MMR players. I'd say a lot easier than in other matchups.
Yeah, and what's also weird in my opinion is that Coffee actually did mine some more gas after his initial 100 gas for the speed. He mined a bit more, but never went into a lair or so. So should have pulled out the drones maybe from the gas or get a lair. So he didn't do both of them. So oh well.
Definitely.
Okay, so that is 1-0 for Olin. And before we start into the next game, thanks for tuning in to all the new viewers. And yeah, I have to do it now. I want to check the Team Liquid website to see if the stream. No, it's not attached to the event. I can't believe it.
We'll figure it out by the end of the season.
if someone is out there who can contact Team Liquid staff member and tell them to attach my stream there, I mean, I've set it up correctly 100% this time, so I don't know what's going on. So if someone can do it, would be very nice. Okay, but we are going into the second game here on Powerbond, which is now created.
All right.
Yeah, and I would say we start right away.
Let's do it. All right. Spawning at the middle top right here, I suppose. We have our Teal Zerg who won the last game, all in.
And in the bottom of Powerbond, again in dark blue, we have Coffee.
Yeah, guess he likes this color. Picking it twice. Oh. All right, we'll have to see if players want to go for the same kind of strategies. You know, we saw what 9 pool, speed out of all in, and like a 9 hatch out of coffee. Or if they want to try and mix things up a little bit, maybe go for something different.
Yeah, we'll see. The big difference that really played a role in that game, I think, was fast gas mining for Olin. So he was able to get that lair very quickly, and which won him the game in the end. And yeah, he was able to defend his base against all those mass circlings that Coffee was able to produce from the second hatchery. So
Yeah, he
we'll
did need
see.
that second sunken, but he was able to hold off, like you said, and Coffee didn't really have any answer for his Mutalisks. Oh, we actually have gas first coming out of all in here.
Yeah, and Coffee is doing the same strategy. So hatchery at 9 will probably make another drone now, and will get a pool now, I would say.
So it looks like all in wants even faster bling speed and faster layer timing.
Yeah, looks like it.
It's pretty similar. He's just gonna have his gas a little bit quicker this time.
Yeah, a big difference here in this game is that both players are actually scouting the right direction with Overlord. I mean, in last game we could see Olin with the very first initial Zerglings not running into the right direction, so his links arrived a bit late at Coffee's natural, but this time he will be able to see Coffee immediately and can send his links the right way as soon as they hatch. Oh, but he's getting a fast layer, super fast layer here.
Oh yeah, he went layer before speed this game.
Yeah.
He didn't pull any drones off gas, so he's definitely gonna get that link speed fall off here, I would say. More than likely, unless he's just gonna save it for a bunch of Mutalisks. Spawning pool just about to finish up here for Coffee now as well.
Yeah, and Coffee getting a faster gas this time as well, because last game he just made like 10, 12, I don't know, 14 Zerglings before he even started his gas. But in this case, he even started building his gas before before the pool was done. So yeah, he's adapting as well.
Both players can see what each other has, so Coffee's well aware of the links sitting at the top of the ramp here, and that the layer is morphing. I don't think Allen's actually spent any gas on link speed yet, so he's probably saving this for getting a Spire up here right away. Yeah, and there we see it going down right now.
Oh, and Coffee actually did not see that layer. He turned his Overlord around, but he saw the finished layer, so he knows that the layer was very early. So he probably assumes that there's a Spire anyways, and goes back to check now.
Right. So he's gonna have to rely on some spores here for defense, or try and just overwhelm all in with links before that happens.
Yeah, but we already have a nice sunken or creep colony placement here in the mineral line of Olin. Can really easily drill all his drones to the gas or to the minerals on the right side of the sunken to really screw up the AI of the Zerglings here.
A nice leg speed timing is just finished now that he's here at Allen's base. Looks like he's trying to look for maybe an opening to break through. Don't know if he's gonna find one. Pretty good concave here. Nice little engagement.
Yeah,
and he's just gonna back out.
As we all know, the concave beats the convex, so Olin is able to pull off a very nice defense here with slow zerglings against more speed zerglings. But there are more zerglings coming, but he has a second sunken now, so everything should be alright.
He's even making a third colony here, taking this threat really seriously. He lost one drone, maybe two. Okay, lost 2 drones.
And he's even morphing this third sunken. That's really interesting. I thought he just built a quick colony to block the way to the spire, maybe, so that Coffee can't just focus on the spire. But yeah, he's morphing the sunken and he has 3 sunkens. There's no way Coffee is gonna break him. And this one Mutilist is already in the mineral line, and again... Okay, this time we have a evolution chamber ready, so the spore colony is building.
So he's definitely not going to die to this one Mutilist this time. He's going to lose a couple of drones still, which, I mean, it definitely hurts when you're going from 7 to 5 drones. And he even gets a third one.
Yeah, sadly he did not pull those drones away, he just let them die. So that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, so he does have fewer drones, but he still has that extra hatchery production, so he can replace them a little easier. I don't know. Looks like he's continuing to make lings. I don't know if he feels like he needs to go all in here on lings, or if he's just using them to try and keep back, because I don't think he's going to really get anything done with these lings, yeah.
Yeah, not against 3 sunkens. There's no way just a small group of zerglings can do something against 3 sunkens.
Yeah, he just basically threw those lings away. I think he should have probably just made some extra drones seeing the Mutalisks out and got some more spores up.
Yep. Yeah, and now he's rebuilding his drone count in the safety of the spore colony, but the mute count is just rising. I mean, he can just snipe drones at this point and shouldn't care about 1 or 2 drone spore shots.
Gets another couple of drones. Lings are running in the main trying to kill some drones. He does get one of Allen's drones there.
Yeah, I mean, the drone count of Allen is very low as well, but he just has the better army with those 6 Mutalisks. He has the map control. He has all the defense in the world he needs in his main base, and yeah, he's just in a very good position.
Yeah, and he just killed the spawning pool.
Yeah, and there's still no lair here for Coffee. So now he's just attacking the spore. Oh, maybe not, okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it here for Coffee.
Yeah, I mean, 1 spore is not that super weapon that can kill all the mutas immediately, so if you have so many mutas as Olin does, then you can just kill the drones anyways. And well, if you lose 1 or 2 mutas in the process, but your opponent has no drones left, it's still completely worth it.
Right.
Okay, so that means we have Olin advancing 2-0 to the winners match of this group here. And in the winners match there's Jedi 1 or Chewie waiting, because as we already mentioned, he got a free win in his first match because his opponent did not show up. So we will jump into the winners match between Jedi 1 and Olin now, which is a PvZ.
Alright.
Okay, 1 second here. Okay. So, let's start this game.
All right.
So, Olan
ABC.
against Jedi 1. Winners match.
All right. So spawning on the left here, we have our teal Protoss, SR Jedi 1, also known as Chewie on the ladder.
And in the bottom we have Olan in white. Yeah, damn. I'm supposed to say the name in the end.
I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, this should be a pretty good game, I would think. Pretty strong. Both of them are pretty strong players. So.
Yes, I think Jedi 1 was the highest player we had here so far in the ChoboLeague with 1864 MR. So he's probably a very good player and he should be the favorite to win this group, I think.
Yeah, pretty close to the Gosu League level, I would say. I'm not sure where the cutoff was this season, but I think it was under 2K, where the cutoff was 1900 or something in that area.
Yes, I think it was like 1900, so very close there. And we have the normal pylon in the natural, so did not send a probe out, so we could see a gateway first here.
That's what I'm expecting, yep. Alright. So maybe gonna look to do a little bit of early pressure, depending on Zerg's opening, of course.
And that
like
is
Zerg
a
could
12
go.
pool. Oh wait, no.
Okay.
No, I
12
think never pool. Never mind. I think it was it should be an overpool, to be honest.
Yeah.
And probably getting the 12 hatch now.
Sending his drone out to scout as well.
Okay, looks like an 11 hatch. I'm not super familiar with the slight variances of the Zerg hatchery timings.
There, the hatchery goes down. The probe of Jedi 1 wasn't able to get there or block it or anything. So that's always nice as the Zerg. Save them a little bit of frustration. You know, it can be frustrating for them trying to get that hatch down sometimes.
Yeah, and Olin is of course seeing this gateway with his nice Overlord scout in the right direction. So he's able to prepare. He's getting the Zerglings already, 4 Zerglings already out, 5th and 6th in production. So he should be totally fine against that initial Zealot.
Yeah, and seeing how many Lings are being made, he should probably just end up sending his Zealot back. Because he's more than likely going to lose it inefficiently.
Yes.
It's kind of hanging out here in the middle of the map, I'm not sure. Maybe he's trying to decide if he's going to wait for another Zealot and go forward, or if he's just going to go back.
We have a sorry from Olin. Not sure what that means.
It looks like our two armies are going to go around each other here a little bit.
Oh, and this, like, if he just commits with the Zerglings, there's nothing in the protospace except one Zealot spawning. But he's only committing 2 Zerglings, while the rest is chasing the 2 Zealots, and yeah, I don't see those Zealots doing any damage here.
Yeah, I almost would have liked to see a few more Lings committed in here, because he could have killed a bunch of probes or something.
Yes.
I know you do need to have some Lings to defend from his Zealots too. That's part of how this works, but I don't know. Did he get any probes? I didn't
No.
see. He lost both those Lings. Okay.
There's one link still on the top of the base, but yeah, not really any damage happening. Yeah, and like from my perspective as a Protoss player, I think, oh wait, wow, we have 4 Zerglings actually sneaking by those 2 Zealots on hold position and killing that cannon. This can be super dangerous now.
He gets the forge as well. Cannon goes down, so he's not going to have any cannons. Is this just going to end here? He does have quite a few Zealots, so I don't think he's going to die, but...
There are no more links streaming in so far, and there's also no Zergling speed. Oh wait. Okay, never mind. It just finished. Yes.
Caster curse. We'll have to see how the control of Allen is here. This is definitely frustrating and stressful as a Protoss, having Lings running around your base, not having a cannon anywhere. If he could deny one of these next side, that would be huge.
Oh, and loses the cannon again. Oh, this is very difficult for us there. And he's just fighting now. Can he take the fight? I mean, there are 4 zealots. I'm not sure. It's very close, but he is able to defend it.
He still needs to get a cannon up here at his natural.
Yeah, he has no probes there so far to build it, so that's a bit...
Denying another cannon in the main mineral lines there too.
And now there are more Zerglings streaming across the map. And there's still no block and no ramp here. Oh, he tries to set up the block, but it's just not in time. And another group of Zergling gets into the base.
One thing that should be noted though, like, as he keeps making Zerglings, he's not making drones. So if Jedi 1 is able to hold this off and doesn't lose too many probes here, he's going to be quite far ahead in the worker count. Like, you can see Allen still only on 9 drones here.
Yeah, this surely develops into a situation where the Zerg has to kill the Protoss, otherwise he's pretty far behind and probably losing the game. So those Zerglings have to do some damage now, some real damage. But I think so far the defense of Jedi 1 with all those zealots is quite fine. I mean, he's losing his cannons all the time, but apart from that, it's fine, I think.
Yeah, he still has a pretty healthy probe count. Not as high as maybe you'd like to see, but he's got, you know, double the probes as Zerg, and Zergs continue to make these Lings. And he might be able to sneak those ones in, but at this point he's not going to be able to get really any more damage done here, I think. He should probably switch back into drones.
And the cannons in the middle line. We are back. Very sorry guys, it looks like my computer, it literally just turned off. Like there was no blue screen or anything, just turned off. I have no idea what happened there. But we are jumping into the game very quickly again.
Quickly, at least.
Yes, my computer is quite fast, so we are going in again. The game is open now.
Alright, we were about 7 minutes.
Okay. So 7 minutes. Okay. And here we are. Yeah, the cannon is natural just finished, so yeah, the defense is complete here for Jedi 1. And yeah, as you already mentioned, Olin did not produce a lot of drones because he only made Zerglings and didn't do the real game-winning damage here. So now I think he's quite far behind.
One thing he does have going for him, he does have his lair started, whereas Jedi 1 still hasn't started his Cybercore. Okay, he's just putting it down now and hasn't mined a lot of gas. So he's going to be stuck on this lower tech for a little bit longer. Like, Allen's going to be a bit higher in tech. But the economy of Allen isn't that great. Where it could be, because of all those Lings he made.
Yeah, but there are also quite a few zealots. If Jedi 1 decides to push out with all of them, there's again a timing where Olin cannot make any drones. And actually he is making more Zerglings now. Okay,
he does have a zealot that picked up a couple of drones at that third base of Olin. He just killed it now, but he got like 2 or 3 drones there.
Okay, now we have slowly the tech of Jedi 1 starting. We see that Stargate in the main, and we also see the +1 upgrade in the natural. So he's getting there, but there is a Spire also started for Olin.
Yeah, if he was taking a second gas, like, I think his Mutalisks would be out before Jedi 1 can get a good number of Sares. Just because his tech was a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, the thing is,
I'm
because
not.
of this early harass, there are already cannons in the middle line, so
That's
I
true as
think
well.
the initial defense should be fine against a low number of Mutalisks, and once the Mutalisk number grows higher, I think he will be able to have his Zerg count up.
Yeah. He is taking his second gas now. We'll have to see if he throws down that Hydra Den soon, or if he's going to commit to some sort of Mutalisk play. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, he's
What
on
he's thinking here.
600 gas already, so I would think that he saved that for the Mutalisks. And there we are. Oh, but Jedi really is taking it very seriously and builds a lot of cannons. Adds 2 more in the natural and also 1 more in the main.
Yeah, and there's how you know you're playing a pretty decent Protoss. He knows Mutalisks could be coming soon and would be a real threat to him. So he's getting those cannons down just in time to intercept any Mutalisks that would be coming. And sure enough, we see them coming. So very well played, I would say, from him.
Yeah, I think he has no scouting formation, so he just
has to play safe.
sensed it.
Yes. Looks like Allen's going to look for somewhere to do some damage, but there's more than enough cannons. And with a couple of Sares here now, he's not going to find any damage with these Mutalisks.
Yeah, and even more there's building, so there's no way that those Mutalisks are doing a lot of damage here.
So where do we go here from Zerg? I guess you have to just throw down a Hydra Den. It looks like that's what he's doing now. And start making some Hydras. He is going to continue to drone out because he still is a little behind in that turn. Oh!
Ooh.
He just took a lot of damage on most of those.
Yes.
Flying into some cannons and Sares. That's the last thing he wants to do right now is lose that.
Yeah, and we can see him still making a lot of drones, getting a cyclist speed upgrade now, so he is just trying to drone up, get his economy on a nice level, and I guess just builds units after Jedi moves out of space. But we actually see a Dark Templar moving out and going through the middle, so that Dark Templar is... He has already killed 5 Zerglings and he's now scouting for bases.
Yeah, Allen's definitely aware that this is out here, so he does have an Overlord positioned over his third base to intercept that DT. If he decides to go there, it looks like he's just going to keep it up there in case of a fourth base. Maybe kill a drone that goes up that way.
Yeah, that's always nice for Protoss. Just camp your Dark Templar at the position where you expect the Zerg to expand next, so the Zerg has to put in a bit more effort to get that expansion up and maybe waste some time.
He's testing the waters there at that third base, seeing if he could maybe kill a couple of drones, but seeing that there is detection, he's just going to back away and go back to that fourth base location.
Yeah, and slowly but surely, oh my god, I actually just saw that Maelstrom getting researched in the Templar archives. I want to say,
do have that Dark Archon.
yeah, I want to say slowly but surely we are getting into a level where Jedi will move out of his base. He has all the tech he needs. Maybe needs some a bit more anti-air. I'm not sure if those core there will be enough. He only has, I mean, he has 6 core there, which is not, yeah, which is a lot, I think. But if there are just a lot of Scourges and he kills those 6 core there, there's no anti-air left to defend his High Templars. But we'll see if this Dark Archon maybe can maelstrom all the Mutalisks.
It looks like he is starting to produce some Dragoons here as well. Dragoon range is being researched. I guess he'll probably wait for that and his +2 upgrade, and then we'll likely see him move out with his full army. We'll have to see if Zerg can defend that. Ollie, he doesn't really have any lurkers or anything yet. A bunch of Hydras, some Mutas and Lings.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not super sure about the Maelstrom upgrade, to be honest, because yeah, it's always very great against Mutalisks because they're all clumped up and you can hit so many and keep them in place against Psystorms. But against this super big amount of Hydras or Zerglings, it does not help uh, like that much. And we see Olin is not making more Mutalisks, he's just transitioning to Mass Hydras now. So we'll see how that goes.
We do have a couple zealots loading up into a shuttle. Looks like he's gonna try and do some sort of harass here at some point.
Yeah. Where is that
Probably
shuttle?
get that dark.
Still in the main?
It's over the
Yeah.
Jiggers, just in his main there, yeah. We might see him try and drop those like in the main while he's attacking at the third base or something. Oh, I don't know. He's trying to. Oh no.
I'm not so sure about both of those things. First, the engagement of the Mutas. I mean, there were so many Corsairs, and he just went to snipe the High Templars. And then, after the Mutalisks are already dead, almost, then the Maelstrom comes. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he only got 2 Templars. I'd definitely say that was better for Protoss there.
Yes.
We are having the army come out here now. There's a lot of Zerglings and Hydras. We'll have to see how this engagement goes. First, pretty nice storm.
Yeah, another nice storm. And then third one.
Yeah, he could use a few more zealots in this army, but he killed a lot of Zerg units there, and he's continuing to push forward. Okay, we do see the zealot reinforcements coming in now from him. Is Zerg going to be able to defend this?
I don't think so. Okay, yes, a big group, but is there another storm? There's another storm now, if you can... Yeah, okay.
Okay, nice storm.
That should be it.
Yeah, especially with these zealots streaming in. And he's going to have another Maelstrom soon as well, if he needed it. I don't think he really needs it, but... Now he's getting on top of the production here for the Zerg. If he can't kill off these units quickly, it's just going to spiral out. Because he's continuing to stream in more zealots. And I don't think the Zerg's going to have enough to defend this.
Yeah, and even if he does, there was that shuttle that you mentioned earlier in the main base which killed a lot of drones. So this game is definitely over. At least like 6 drones or so died there. Yeah, I'm not sure. In this fight in the middle, the Zerg streamed in all of his Hydras in one line, and Jedi was just be able to place the easiest storms of his life there, and was able to win that fight.
So maybe a little bit more spread, or maybe some lurkers mixed in or something would have helped.
Yeah.
But as it stands, Jedi looking quite strong, taking that game from All-In.
Yeah, okay, the game is open, and we have Jedi only 1 game away from advancing to the round of 8.
Will he be able to do it on Gladiator? Zerg's choice.
Okay, so let's see. Maybe you have some special strategy plans on Gladiator.
We'll have to see. Right, spawning here in the top left, we have our brown Zerg, IRK's All-In.
And in the top right, in magenta this time, we have SR Jedi 1.
Alright, so last time we saw, All-In get a bunch of Zerglings in, I think initially it was good for him, but as the defense held, or as, Jedi 1 slowly held on, killed those Lings off, he kind of overmade them, which put him behind. So I'm interested to see how this goes. Like, if that doesn't happen again, how does the game look, right? Is All-In going to be in a much better position into the late game, or is Jedi 1 going to be able to, be even stronger and just outplay him from not taking any of that early damage?
Yeah, we'll see about that. So far we have a normal pylon in the natural here, and he again not sending out his probes, so this is almost always an indication for a gateway first.
Yeah, that's a good point. I imagine we'll be seeing that coming up here right away. As soon as this probe gets back, he should have right about 150 minerals. And there's the gateway.
Okay, so we have the same build. One important thing from last game was also that Olin only sent 2 Zerglings to the Protoss main when there was actually no Zealot there. So if he maybe sent 6 Zerglings, I think he could have killed a lot of probes in the main. But yeah, he was just a bit too scared that the Zealots are doing some damage on his side. But I think he would have enough time to build some counter Zerglings in his main. But yeah, we'll see.
He is going to scout the Zerg first this time and put down that pylon to block the hatchery. A little bit annoying there for Zerg. He's going to have to take his 3rd hatchery somewhere else now. Or his 2nd hatchery, sorry. Like a 3rd base location.
Yeah. And okay, he cancels the pylon. Just want to say there's also some possibility that he uses that pylon to maybe build a shield battery or so to maybe take control of this ramp. But yeah, we are not seeing that this time.
He is sending his first zealot here across now. Allen seemed to handle it pretty well last time. Didn't really take any damage from this zealot harass. In fact, he even got a couple of links into the Protoss main. I don't think we're going to see him take much damage here, as he already has 6 lings out on the map.
Yeah, and this time Jedi did not turn around his first zealot so quickly, but yeah, takes some damage on the zealot and now joins up with the second one. Oh, nice snipe there on the probe. Took some damage on the Zerglings, but it's fine, I think.
Killing that probe is pretty important too. Get rid of that big +1 attack. Does pick off one of those zealots, and he should be able to get the other one here. Nice micro on both sides, though.
Yeah. Yeah, now we have a situation where there's only one zealot here, and cannon just now started. So if those Zerglings get across there, they can maybe kill 1 or 2 probes blocking the gaps here. But he's just not trying. Okay, now he is, finally. Or maybe not. I guess he just turns back. Okay.
I wonder if he... Okay, I was going to say, I wonder if he can even get through that top there, but I guess it looks like he probably could.
Yeah, he actually killed another probe there, so Jedi tried to send out another probe to scout. And it was killed again, and the 3rd probe was scouted, but maybe he did not look at that moment.
Yeah, I don't think he was watching. That's a bit unfortunate for him. Like, at Zerg, if you can deny the scout of Protoss, you're in a good position, because he's in such an uncomfortable position, he has no idea what you're doing. He can't really prepare properly, or has to prepare for every possibility, which can set him behind.
Yeah, that's completely true. As a Protoss, you always need to know what Zerg is doing. There could be so many different stuffs, like 2 hatchery or 2 base Mutilis, fast Hydra rush, or just a bit later mass Hydra push, or a fast 3rd base. So many possibilities. And yeah, he's able to scout the 3rd base here.
Yeah, confirms that. I think he already probably knew it was there or somewhere, having seen the drone go away and not being able to take his natural. But he's gonna, if he can get into the main here, it looks like he will. He'll get a good scout off. He is sending some zealots out on the map too to pressure those few Zerglings. This is actually a pretty nice move.
There are some Zerglings building, so I think he will be fine here. And I don't think he should lose any drones here.
I honestly don't think Jedi should necessarily commit to this. Like, he forced Zerg to make the Zerglings. It might be better just to turn back now. Like, he's like, okay, you can't make any of these drones. You had to make all these Zerglings and save his zealots for the +1 attack.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but he decided to commit anyways and loses all of his zealots, doing no real damage. Definitely not a good trade here for Jedi 1. And also loses that last zealot here. So what do we have here in the bases of the players? We have the Stargate, And no +1 this time. Last time he also researched +1 in the almost same moment, but not in this case.
I wonder what his plan is then. If he's gonna go for some like Corsair DT kind of play, or is he gonna go for like Corsair Reaver kind of play or something? Normally you want to get that +1 out pretty quickly if you're going for any standard ground-based army.
Yeah, I mean the upgrades are so important. If you don't plan to finish the game in the next few minutes, you should always get it. There's no reason not to get it if you go to the mid game. So maybe he just forgot it, or he's really going for a weird all-in attack. But
Yeah,
I don't know, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess he probably just forgot it at this point. Like he does have a Citadel finishing up now. He's got Corsairs. I am hesitant to say he forgot it because like his MMR is a little better than mine too. I'd say he's probably a stronger player than me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, it can always happen.
it's possible. Yeah.
You
fact that
always
there's,
see
like-
all the. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like the fact that he's not going any Reavers or anything, or and he's got the Citadel and Templar tech coming out makes me think like he's just forgot it, right? Like he should have gotten it because he's gonna be going for a ground-based army here.
Yeah, and of course, StarCraft is such a hard game. You can always forget a lot of things. Everyone is doing it, even the pro players. And we are watching this game here from a observer perspective, which is a lot easier for us to see all the mistakes. So there's really no problem. But he actually noticed now and started his +1.
Yeah. So he is gonna have +1, but it won't be in time for speed. If he gets speed, which he hasn't started. So I'm gonna guess he's actually gonna get some DTs out here and try and maybe control the map a little bit. He
Yeah.
has one DT building now, looks like, and a couple of Templar.
Yeah, and he's still making core there, so maybe he tries to snipe some overlords in the third base or so and run in with the Dark Templar.
Meanwhile, on the Zerg side, we do have Hydralisks starting to come out now. He's got plenty of Scourge available. Try and pick off these Corsairs. You got to be careful with those. Okay, he's gonna back away now. Oh, DT killing all these Lings out front of his base as well.
Yeah, gets 4 links here for free. And yeah,
Pretty
but
quick
Olin noticed, so yeah, he knows that there's a Dark Templar out, and I mean he has the Overlords and the Scourges and the Hydras on every of his bases, so I don't think there's a lot of damage to be done here.
So we're definitely setting up to be in a pretty strong mid game here from both players, I would say.
Yeah, definitely better position for Olin compared to last game. And yeah, I'm really interested to see what they have in store for us for the late game here.
Oh, that DT was making his way over to that third base, but All-In does happen to see it and catch it out on the map and kill it. So, not gonna get any more damage. Ooh. One thing I'm worried about, like, the Protoss player is still pretty low on units at this point in the game. He's only got 3 Zealots and 2 Templar. I'm not sure where all his money's been going to.
Yeah, I mean he made a lot of Corsairs and they didn't really do anything so far for him. He lost like 2 Corsairs to Scourges, I think, and he did not really kill anything. So yeah, he's also below in supply, which should almost never happen against the Zerg player. So I think Olin is quite a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, definitely don't think it's unwinnable for him at this point. Like, All-In can't necessarily kill him. He can't really attack into here with these storms. It looks like he might try.
Oh, is there
we'll
storms?
have to see how this goes. I don't know. We'll have to see how the storms are.
Yeah. First storm didn't kill any Hydras, but damaged a few of them. But I think good dodge here by Olin.
Yeah.
And another
He's
good dodge.
Yeah, he's going to continue to try and pressure here. He did bait out those storms, so he doesn't have any more storms up here. He does have a couple available in his main base. He should probably bring up here.
And also 2 more in his natural now, so those initial first Templars regained enough energy. And we have another one here, and again, not a single Hydra dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's a few that time. They've taken so many damage. It took 4 storms though to get those 4 hydras. So
Yeah.
he is gonna try and commit here, but there's plenty of zealots out now for Jedi, and a couple more storms coming up as well. I mean, he gets the gateway, but he's not gonna be able to do much more here.
Okay, yeah, again, nice dodge on that last storm at least. So there's only 1 storm left here in this army. But a lot of zealots, so he really needs some more units. But he has more units as well. There were some sitting in the natural and in the third base, so if he gathers them up like he is now, I think he could take this fight.
Okay, he's gonna retreat. He needs those Templar in this fight. Okay, there's a nice storm. Yeah, no killing. Like, I gotta say, like, all-in storm dodging is pretty impressive here.
Yeah. And no more storms now. Is there more Templars coming? No, not a single Templar in the natural or main or in the gateways. So there's no storm coming anytime soon now. So this fight can decide a lot here.
He does have a lot of zealots out on map. Looks like he's gonna be able to push back these hydras for now. But he really needs to get some more storms.
Yeah, I think it was a very good position here to fight because Jedi 1 was basically on this light blue high ground here, and a lot of Hydras missed a lot of shots, so I think that was one of the reasons he was able to win this fight so easily despite having no storms. But Olin is trying again.
Still wanting to press this here. He's gonna... Oh, I thought he was focusing down that Archon, never mind. Let's kill the Overlord. He's losing most of his zealots here. Looks like he holds the Zerg back for now as well. And that Nexus does get finished with a couple of cannons coming up out there as well.
Oh, and Lurker's building now. Right in this fight.
Yeah. I don't think the Zerker or Zealots can kill the Lurkers very easily, but with the Dragoons' help, they should be able to come off.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the best position to morph those Lurkers here. Could end up losing them.
He did lose one, but they're about to finish. Oh, that storm just didn't kill them. They hatched just before that. Yeah.
But still, I mean, he lost 2 Lurkers because he built them there. And the supply is a lot better for the Protoss now, and he also got the third base, so I would say, yeah, those fights really didn't go so well for Olin.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that definitely put Jedi 1 back in this game, or maybe even with a little bit of an advantage. We do have a 4th base down here, though, for Zerg. He hasn't started mining from it or putting any defenses up. But he is continuing to press the issue here, maybe trying to kill this 3rd base off. He's definitely not going to have enough here to do it, though.
Yeah. He was able to snipe 2 Templars there, but there's still 1 storm left now. And again he moves some Lurkers right into the Protoss army. I don't really see the point.
He cancelled them that time and moved back, but...
Yeah, he's doing it again. What?
And he loses another one there.
I don't understand that.
I mean, I guess he wanted to get them into the fight as soon as possible. But the Protoss, maybe underestimating how much Protoss had. And you know, thinking, okay, I can just morph these and they'll be in the fight. But I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean now he wasted a lot of resources on those Lurkers, which died immediately, and Protoss is just able to capitalize on that and getting that 4th base without any danger, and he can even push out at the same time, maybe.
Yeah. I would probably leave a couple of units to help protect that new base from maybe potential Ling backstab or something, and try and see where he can do some damage. And it looks like he is going to move out now, try and find some damage. Pretty nice storm there. These Lings are going to... Okay. Retreats them back. He should just get a few more Zealots into this army and keep pushing forward, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and we have no Overlord in the bottom right, so there's some Zealots here and 1 DT. That DT, if it... maybe it dies to the Lurker spikes, but...
Yeah.
No, doesn't look like it.
His buddy, the Zealots, almost killed him.
Maybe if he places the lurkers in a good position, but yeah, okay, never mind. Overlord's coming. So that base is barely defended here.
Looks like he lost his main army too. Rode off somewhere.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really check that. But I guess he just moved to the Zerg side and lost it. Oh wow, yes. Again, 2 lurkers just running into the Protoss army here dying. I don't know.
Those lurkers had got down, he could have cut those probes. I think that's what he was going for, to kill the transferring probes. But...
yeah, probably. I mean, this game, I mean, it looks a bit equal right now, I think, but with the Protoss having the 4th base, it's the same base count for both players, so this usually puts the Zerg player a bit behind, but we'll see how this fight goes.
Pretty nice storms. Just killing all of Zerg army there without really losing anything or much. I think like our Protoss player just seems to be slowly getting ahead here, I would say. He's got that 4th base up and running now. Hasn't started mining that gas, but I imagine we'll see that soon. Zerg still hasn't started mining from his 4th base, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, now he
just
starts.
now sending some drones.
And the funny thing is that we didn't see really one successful attack of Jedi here on the Zerg side. He just got ahead by defending all the waves of Zerg units running into him. So
yeah,
that's pretty funny.
He did try to push out a little bit, but he never made it anywhere to any of the Zerg bases. And oh, I thought I heard drop loading up. It was actually the Nidus.
Yeah,
sending
Nidus.
units back and forth through the Nidus. Okay. And now, does he have enough? This is a lot of Protoss stuff here. I don't know if All-In really has enough here.
Needs to burrow those lurkers.
Oh, we actually might just see the end of the game here.
Oh wow. But he still has quite a bit supply. There's 40 supply somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he just GG's. There was some Hydras in the 3rd base and 4th base, but... yeah, they were not in the fight and he's not able to defend his base. I mean, in the end again, those lurkers, he run them out of the Nidus and run into the Protoss army again before really burrowing. Like half of the lurkers died again. Yeah. Before they were able to attack.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was a pretty well played game by both players, pretty close, but Jedi won, showing his strength as being the highest MMR player here.
Yeah, we definitely saw All-In was able to play a lot better, or a much better game when he was not behind by making too many Zerglings at the beginning of the game. But yeah, in the end, he was not able to beat the macro and the micro of Jedi.
That is true.
Okay, so that
means Jedi advances.
Yeah, congratulations to Jedi. And yeah, actually that's the last game we have in this group, because I mean we should have All-In dropping to the final match against Coffee again, but it looks like Coffee just disappeared after his loss in the first match as well. Let me confirm that here.
Oh, it's actually the other way around. According to the bracket I have here, All-In actually forfeited to Coffee.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because All-In did win last time.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes if some players play one series and then have to wait for other people to finish their game and so on, sometimes they leave and they don't want to wait and so on. But All-In just finished his game. He just finished his match against Jedi, so he was here, and then he just forfeit. That's pretty
weird. He had to leave or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, Coffee Session does get to move on as the other player advancing from this group.
yeah, advancing to the round of 8 by going 0-2 in this group. That's also a nice achievement that not many players have. Yeah, so congratulations anyways to Jedi and Coffee Session. We will see them in the round of 8.
All right.
And we have 2 players left to join them in the round of 8. And those 2 players will be playing in the group D that we are going to watch now. So we will take a look at that group to see who's able to make it into the 7th and 8th spot of the round of 8.
Sounds good. Maybe we'll get some different races. I believe so far we have a Protoss and a Zerg qualifying from each of the 3 previous groups. So we have 3 Protoss and 3 Zergs so far.
Yeah, no Terrans at all here. So let's take a look at that group D, at the players first of all. So first player in this group D is the German Protoss Fisheye and one of my clan mates. So I've played a lot of games with him. I know that he's a pretty good player, I would say. So we can also see it here in the MMR. He's over 1.8k, so he's definitely one of the highest MMR players in the ChoboLeague as well. Did only play 20 games, but yeah. I can definitely say that he is very active, even if he doesn't play a lot of games on his BSL account. He's definitely very active and playing a lot of games.
Yeah, he's quite strong. I do remember he made round of 8 last season of BSL ChoboLeague as well.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if he can do it this time around.
Yeah, and his opponent in the first match and the second player of the Group D is our Hungarian, or Bulgarian, Zerk Cold. Yeah, he did play a lot more games in the ladder phase of the BSL and finished right between 1.7 and 1.8k MMR. So yeah, he's definitely quite high up there as well. Not quite as high as Fisheye, but definitely one of the better players in the round of 16 here. Okay, third player, we have BSL 7 Dromar. We can see him here on 1.5k MMR, our American Zerg here. So yeah, he's a bit lower than our first 2 players in this group, but yeah, we'll see what he can bring to the table. And his first opponent will be White, DM White. Actually, I've played White in the BWCL King of Kings tournament. And yeah, here we have him, Chilean Protoss here. Also at 1.8k, so he's pretty high up there as well. So
Yeah, pretty
I
strong
have to
group.
say, this group, yeah, is very strong, very high MMR in this group.
You gotta feel sorry for Dromar here.
Yeah, Droma is definitely quite a bit below the other 3 players in this group. But I mean, he's Zerg, so should be fine.
Yeah, he's got a chance. He's Zerg.
Okay, so let's see how this group plays out. And we will go into the first game between Fisheye and Cold. The game is open. No, it's not. Never mind. Now it is. Okay. So, map is near Sylphid. We have not seen too many games on this map, but it should still be a map that is quite popular, quite known. So,
Yeah,
let's check it out.
see how this goes.
Okay.
All right, spawning on the left here of Sylphid, we have our orange Protoss Fisheye.
And in the bottom right, in magenta, very popular color it looks like, we have our Bulgarian Zerg Cold.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The magenta looks pretty sharp. it really stands out. So I've definitely seen a lot of people use this. I like using it too sometimes in my custom games. So.
Yeah. And we also have another red team member, fan of Fisheye here, rooting for Fisheye in the chat. So we'll see how the game goes.
Yeah, Cold is quite a strong Zerg, and we know Zergs are pretty strong in general, especially against Protoss. So, but Fisheye is no slouch himself, so I'm actually looking forward to some good games here.
Yeah, I have to say, I have to criticize him here a bit. He sent out his drone, his probe very late, and only built that pylon at over 150 minerals. So a bit slow there, but yeah, I think he will do a fine.
I don't think it's going to cost him necessarily, but
yeah,
sometimes it can, especially if you're getting like early Ling Rush. But we don't see that coming out of Cold. In fact, it looks like he's saving up for probably a 12 hatch opening here.
Yep, looks like it. Also sending out 2 drones to deny the probe blocking his expansion, but there's no probe here because Fisher has scouted in the other direction, scouted the other base first, so he's able to place his hatchery and sends the second drone scouting.
Alright, meanwhile we do have that forage coming down. He should scout that this is a hatch first, so I would expect to see him go ahead and get a Nexus up and possibly his gateway, everything before cannon, knowing Zerg won't be able to really pressure him anytime soon.
Yeah, and he sees the pool timing now, so yeah, he can just place the Nexus. Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing right now. Yeah, again, places the Nexus a bit late, so not sure what's that about, but yeah, I mean, he will be fine, I think.
Yeah, maybe just like a bit of nerves, or he's was watching his scouting probe at the time or something. It happens. Like, I don't know, I've done that stuff plenty of times. Like, oh, next thing you know, it's 100 minerals late. Oops. Right.
Yeah, and he's actually also getting the gateway before the cannon because he saw the pool timing, but at this point the pool is already done and he has not started cannon. Even sends his probe back into the main for a bit here.
Alright, and there's the cannon coming up now. So I like it. Pretty nice adjustments, you know, reacting to what Zerg's doing, knowing he can get away with the Nexus and gateway before his cannon.
Yeah. And meanwhile, on the Zerg side, of course, we have that third base going up, and yeah, he takes his base a bit far away from his main base, but this base actually has more resources, 8 mineral blocks and full gas, compared to this base right here on the bright green grass, which only has 6, you don't see one here, but 6 mineral blocks, and also every mineral block and the gas is a bit lower on resources, so he wants to get all the resources that takes that base a bit more far away.
Yeah, and it's a little easier to defend with city or sunken and stuff just because of that ramp, right? Like, this base has a bigger area. Protoss can attack it from 2 different directions. So
yeah,
I don't mind it. It's a pretty good base to take. I mean, Zerg can always take this other base here as his 4th later on if he wants to.
Yeah, and Fisheye actually scouting everything here, scouted the base, scouts the drones transferring and tries to get into the main, but nice block here by Colts. Yeah, so the probe can't get into the main, but everything outside the main is scouted by Fisheye. And what is Fisheye doing in the meantime? We have a Stargate going up. And that's it, no +1 here, no units really, just building his first zealot now.
Alright, I wonder if we're gonna see what we're gonna see out of him with that no +1. Like, we saw Jedi do that in game to kind of delay his +1. I don't know if there's some, like, I pretty much always get it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
mean,
for some reavers or something.
Yeah, there's like very rare cases that you won't that you shouldn't get it, or maybe should get it. I mean, even if you go Reaver, I think you should get it at some point. But yeah, I have the feeling all the other situations when you just go for gateway units, you should always get the +1 as soon as possible. Maybe after the Stargate if you want, but after the Stargate you should always get it, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Like going Stargate first, okay, spend your first 150 gas on Stargate. Your next 100 gas should be going towards that +1 upgrade in most cases, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe he forgot it like Jedi, probably.
Yeah, like these players are good enough that I'm sometimes hesitant to say they forgot it. Maybe they have something specific planned, but it's possible they forgot it too. So we'll have to see. Because I mean, again, we have our Protoss player going for a ground-based army here. Like he's getting his Templar archives up. Maybe he just wanted to rush out Templars. He is getting the +1 now. So maybe there's something to this, because I think that's what we saw from Jedi as well. He didn't start that +1 until after his Templar archives.
Yeah, and also +1 started. Yeah, started now. Yeah, so we saw the Spire here of Cold and gets a lot of scourges. Oh, Overlord dies right in the last second before that core there bites the dust. And apart from that, we have Hydrodist, and I'm not sure if Fisheye saw it. I think he did, so I think he knows that there's no big amount of Nautilus coming.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate to lose that Corsair. I mean, he did kill the Overlord, which is nice, but then losing the Corsair doesn't really make up for that.
Yeah. And he's also actually making more Corsair here. Yeah, we'll see what he is doing with that. While our Zerg player is just getting some Hydras to defend against the Corsair maybe, and a lot of drones behind that. Also getting his upgrades now, the armor upgrade or carapace upgrade here.
A couple of DTs out. He did kill all the Lings in front of his base with those. Looks like he's going to try and push. Zerg doesn't really know about this at the moment. I assume he would think there's a DT on the map if he's noticed his Zerglings are gone now, but...
Yeah.
If he can kill both of these Overlords, he might be able to find some damage here.
That's true, but there are 2 Overlords here. Not building another one. Oh, and he has no speed.
Oh, he is
so
getting
far.
Spore though. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and the Overlord speed is almost done.
I was gonna say, Fisheye's spending's actually getting up there during this too. It's up to 1.2k minerals.
Yeah.
Okay, he is adding some more gateways now. Maybe a bit late.
Ooh, and I see this is actually a super nice wall from the left side of the map here in his base to that right edgeway just builds this gateway. The goons are not be able to go through there.
Oh no, yeah.
All the goons that are built in the bottom 3 gateways or even the 4th one on the right there as well will not be able to go through, so I think he will have to kill this top right gateway again later on.
Oh yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. He's definitely gonna have to kill something to get his Dragoons out later on. Maybe he'll just make a shuttle and, you know, ferry them all over there or something.
All the time, the whole game.
Yeah.
1 shuttle for 2 goons each.
Put some high APM to use. Come in the next BC.
Oh, we have a nice comment here by Jesse SC. He can just kill the Citadel, it is useless. That is true, I have to say, it's true. But for example, if there's a job sniping the Templar archive, he has to invest a bit more. And also the Citadel is on the left side, so the goons would have to go through the workers here, so that is not very nice either.
And in saying that, I just noticed he only has 2 probes on gas in his main. That's a bit unfortunate for him.
Yes. And very interesting move out army here. 5 Templars and 5 Zealots. Very weird ratio of units, I would say. Okay, a lot more Zealots.
He's got more
coming
Zealots
now.
coming up now. Kind of whiffs on that storm, doesn't really hit anything.
Oh,
There's a better storm. Oh, he is losing all these Templars though. With
no!
only one. Oh. That hurts to see.
Yes. There's one more soon, but it will get sniped as well.
So he really only got one storm for all those Templars off on any units.
Yeah.
That definitely sets him back, and now Zerg is able to push him back quite easily.
Yeah, and I think that it's bad news for the third base attempt here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no anti-air either to deal with these mutas. He's got one Corsair and he's making some more in his main. But like the mutas are going to be able to shut this down. He also has a couple of lurkers morphing here.
Yeah.
In front. No observers out yet either, so.
Yeah, at least there's a robotics, but no observatory. Okay, just building it now in the main base. So he will have observers soon, but yeah, this third base is definitely done. Yeah, but it's, I mean, Colt is in a super nice position now. It will be very hard for Fischer to come back here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to ever really establish a third base, I think. Maybe once he gets obs out, he can do something, but we do have Cold already taking his fourth base. Like, the supplies are pretty even at this point. Like, Cold is almost ahead.
Yeah. And again, he's just sniping those super important units all the time. Just losing like 4 Hydras to snipe 2 High Templars. Super nice.
We do have an attack attempt to a group of Zealots here coming towards the third base. I don't think he's going to find too much here now that Cold's got his units up that ramp. It's pretty choked up. Yeah, and he's just going to lose all these Zealots for a few Hydras, I think.
Maybe can he even deny the fourth base? Because there are no units following those Zealots, so if he goes there on the top position...
That would
okay,
be a
never mind.
good step in the right direction if he could deny that, but yeah, it looks like
now
all
other units are coming. Yeah, I have to say, super nice game of Gold so far. So he's doing all the things he needs to do to be in a very nice position in this game.
Looks like we do have the first observer coming out now. This isn't our second observer? Okay, yeah, we got 2 observers here. This isn't a particularly scary army. Like, I think Protoss could just run this over.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm also very shocked that I see goons there. And the gateway did not die. Look at where the goons go through. They go between the Citadel and the Stargate. First running through the probes and then through the Stargate and Citadel. That's funny.
Alright, so we got next level strats here from Fisheye in SimCity. He knew it all along.
Yeah.
He was just trolling us.
Oh, can he kill that fourth base? There's a lot of army coming, but maybe those 4 Zealots can snipe it. Can he do it? Can he do it? I think he can. No, he's not targeting.
It's gonna. And he made units out of those, messing up the Zealot AI as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
No!
26. Oh, that's so close.
Oh, and running both of the observers in the last second.
To be fair, even if he did get that, he's still not in a great position. I mean, it would have helped.
I mean, sure,
I still think he's too far behind. Like, it looks like he's gonna get his third base denied here by a group of Hydras coming over.
If Zed's dying, I think it's super hard to come back. 2 base against 4 base here. Maybe
he's gonna try and save it. Maybe with a good storm. Oh, that Templar doesn't quite have enough energy though.
Energy, no! Gets sniped right at the 75.
That's a couple times that's happened to him this game. It's just like, just not enough energy, or just like a couple hits from that hatchery. It's just, oh man.
Wow, yeah. Very hard game for him here. So I think this should be it.
Yeah, he's about to mine out of his main. His natural isn't much better. Like, if he can't establish a base, get any map presence, and I don't think he's going to be able to at this point, it's going to be over here in like the next minute or so. He's trying to kill these lurkers with zealots, but zealots do almost no damage to lurkers. Oh, he canceled them all and killed them by doing that. That was pretty funny.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, but still, Colt is so far ahead in supply, and I think the only reason that Fischer is not dead is just because Colt, for some reason, decided not to kill him.
Yeah, he may not fully know how much Fisheye has behind as well, but oh, is he gonna go for the snipe? He's gonna try and. I hope he snipes that. Come on, get that in one moral victory. Snipe that hatchery.
No, Lair finished. I still think
no.
he will get it.
No, that's unfortunate. He had to kill it before the lair finished.
Yes.
I feel for our friend Fisheye here. And there he is tapping out.
Well, pretty much everything went wrong for Fischer there. Like, from the first move out with those initial 5 High Templars where all of them get killed by only casting one storm, then that snipe on the hatchery so close. He lost so many High Templars throughout the whole game, and then he doesn't even get the hatchery in the last moment.
Yep.
Very unfortunate.
But I will say, well played by Cold. Looking quite strong. Like, I could see him going pretty far in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Oh, wow. I already pressed start. Okay.
He's trying to leave me.
Game is open now.
Alright.
So map is Gladiator. Should have been the pick by Fischer then, right?
This is the map we saw the Zerg pick in our last CVP as well.
Yes.
Popular map. I mean, it's a well-known map. People are comfortable on it. Alright. So down a game we have orange orange Protoss once again, Fisheye, red Fisheye.
Yeah, and in brown again I think we have Cold in the bottom left corner.
Alright.
Okay, Overlord scouting in the wrong direction so far, so little advantage here for Fisheye.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way you want to send the Overlord to scout the Nat, but unfortunately for him, it's gonna mean he's not gonna scout the Protoss base right away.
Yes.
So, we'll have to see. I don't know how Fisheye plays too much. I imagine we'll probably just see like another Forge expand, but we'll see. Looks like his pylon is gonna be a little bit closer to on time this time, maybe. Oh, okay, maybe not. Looked like he sent his probe out at the right time, but just delayed that pylon a little bit.
So you want to say it's even worse than last game because he still built it very late, but now he lost some more mining time as well.
Looks like Jesse's like, no more playing around, go for the 2 gate.
Yeah. But I don't think he's doing it.
No.
Oh, and we have pool first for Cold this time. Should have been an overpool, I think.
Yeah, looks like it was probably overpool here. So changing it up from last game where he went for that 12 hatch. See if the game changes up from here anywhere. I don't imagine we'll see anything too different.
Yeah. Yeah, just getting his hatchery now at 11 supply here and sends the other drone to scout as in last game.
And Fisheye is going to scout him last. So he's just going to go ahead and throw down a cannon to be safe here. Just in case before his Nexus.
Okay, and now we see Fisheye finally scouting the Zerg here, and he will see that pool is already done. Actually, he sees the Zerglings already being done, so he's getting that cannon first anyways, just for safety, even before scouting it, because he's scouting Zerg in the last position, he can't be sure that there are no Zerglings on the way, so he has to build that cannon immediately.
Yep. Other option you can do, I think I mentioned this last cast, is you can send out a second scouting probe, which is what I like to do. And then you're always going to scout Zerg second, so you can get that Nexus up first if you scout over pool. Or 12 hatch or whatever, of course.
Yes. Yeah, so not really a lot of differences to the last game. I mean, we saw the pull first for Cold, but he's not doing anything with the Zerglings, just chasing the probe now and getting drones behind it, so really not super impactful here, this difference in the build order.
Well, he does kill that probe, so he has some options now. He can definitely go for like a 3-hatch Hydra behind this.
Yeah.
I should probably send out another probe to try and scout for that. It looks like he is going to do that. Yeah, you definitely need that scouting information as Protoss. As we can see, Cold is just going to go for a lair, but had he gone for a 3-hatch Hydra and Fish didn't know about it, he can just simply die to it.
Yeah, and we have this probe on the map, probably scouting for third base now, on the natural of the bottom right position.
He won't find it there, looks like. We do have it taken at this 6 o'clock base here. Meanwhile, you know, Protoss is just taking up. He's got his core just about finishing. Well, next thing to see, is he going to grab that Stargate? Is he going to go for a Citadel?
This time we actually have a very early +1 attack, so it's already like 1/4 finished, so can maybe go for that speed zealot attack.
Yeah. So because he doesn't have that second gas and that early +1, I would expect Citadel, and we do see that he has started the Citadel before the Stargate here.
Yes. I mean, there's an Overlord in the main base, so Cold definitely can scout that. He sees there's no tech here at this pylon in the main base, so he should fly into the natural soon and see that Citadel.
Oh, we got another comment in the chat about your stream on the Team Liquid event.
Yeah, I saw it. Evil Bringer, I tried everything I can. I don't know why it's not happening.
We thought we fixed it.
I made extra sure I set it up correctly, and I even messaged a Team Liquid admin afterwards. And he replied once, and then I told him about the stream not being attached, and then he didn't reply anymore. So it's like a curse. I don't know. I will do some screen sharing session with the Team Liquid admin soon and do it together with him next time.
Alright. Meanwhile, it looks like we have, in the game, we have Protoss going up to his 4 gates here. So we should see, you know, an earlier +1 speed zealot timing than you would normally see with a Stargate opening. Can be quite strong. However, against a lair opening from Zerg, he's going to be able to get some Mutalisks out to help defend, or just Masslings if you wanted. And he's going to throw down a Sunken, so I don't think he's going to necessarily take a lot from this. I don't know if he scouted that it was Citadel first, but not seeing a Stargate in the main, he might be able to assume something like this might be coming. Especially now that +1, he has scouted +1, has finished on the Forge.
Yeah, but there's no defense at the third base so far. No Sunken there, no wall off or so. So if the Zealots sneak in there, he could do some damage, but they're Mutalisks out, of course, so those Zealots will just die. But sometimes, if there are not many Mutalisks, they take some time to kill the Zealots, so there could still be any damage. But I think not in the natural, there's just a very good wall. But no Sunken still.
Yeah, he hasn't actually morphed that Sunken. There, he's starting it now. But these mutas will eventually kill the Zealots, and we'll see how much they can get done before that. They can probably kill off a few drones, or in cases like this, what I like to do sometimes is I'll send a few into the main and a few in the natural. Try and pick off some drones, or try and pick off the Spire or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't look like he's going to get a lot done with these, though. He gets, what, a couple of drones at the natural and a couple in the main?
Yeah, I got like
3.
3 in the main and maybe 5 or 6 in the natural overall, or maybe, yeah, I think about 5. Yeah, so I mean, yes, sure, he killed some drones, but also Cold did make a lot of drones, and now he has a big Mutilus horse, and there's no defense at all for Fisheye, so I think this is it already.
He's sending a couple of zealots now down to this third base to see if he can find any damage, but there's not a lot here. Like, there's no sunken or anything. So maybe he does have a few lings to try and hold that off. I don't think he's gonna do a lot. Maybe kill a couple of drones, which would be a nice pickup for him. But the Mutalists in the main have done so much damage already.
Yeah, I think if Fisheye, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what he can still do in this game.
If he's gonna, looks like he's gonna lose his Templar Archives. He does have a one Archon morphing now, but that's gonna be it for his Templar tech. It's gonna be a while before he can get that back up and running again. He does have a DT actually at the natural Cold, but it only gets 1 Zergling kill before dying.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and now Cold is almost doubling the supply, and the Archon's just standing next to the Mutas. Okay, now gets some hits off, but I mean, Fisher just lost so many workers already, and also has no army except that 1 Archon and another Archon in the natural and 1 Zealot. So
yeah, like you could look at the supplies. The Zergs more than double the supply, or basically double the supply of Protoss at this point.
yeah. Oh!
Oh no! Oh, that's one way to. Oh, if he lost all those meters.
Yeah,
Lost
but
a
even
few
if,
meters, but
I think it doesn't matter anymore.
yeah, and he's picking off more probes at this point. I don't like. It doesn't matter to Cold. Every probe he picks off is bigger, even if he loses these Mutalisks. Trading those Mutalisks for a few probes is good for him at this point, you know. Just because he's so much further ahead.
And he gets out with all the Mutas on low HP, so perfect for him. And he just has 3 bases on full economy, and he's transitioning into Hydras now. And Fisher just has no economy, or almost no economy left. And also, because of all this action, I think he maybe neglected his macro a bit as well, because there's still only a total of 4 gateways, but he's a bit high on minerals, so there's also no option for him to get a like super big army out anytime soon. So I don't see how he can fight back here.
Yeah. Honestly, if Cold just moved in on the front, he would be able to kill him right now. The Templar Archives just finished, so he's going to be able to start making Templar again.
Did he research Storm already? I'm not sure. You know?
Yeah. I'm not sure either. I would assume it's done. But we'll have to see. I don't see him starting it yet at all. Oh no, it isn't done. Oh wow.
Oh wow. That's unfortunate. That makes it even harder to come back here.
Yeah.
Now he
I
has
guess
to wait
Cold
for
doesn't
such
know,
a long
but
time.
yeah. Like Cold has had such a big window where he could have just ran over Fisheye.
Yeah. Yeah, but looks like Cold is just happy to increase his economy and his tech, and yeah, just playing his advantage and not risking anything with a fast attack or so.
Yeah, exactly. Like that is one way to throw away a lead, is, you know, attacking into opponent's defense when they have enough. But in this case, I don't think it would have mattered just because he is so far ahead. I would like to see him, if he is going to play, you know, a little bit more defensive, maybe take a couple more bases here. Just, you know, further cement his lead. Because Protoss is still really got nothing going on for him back at home.
Yeah, it's still only on 4 gates, gets his robotics now, so I mean, yes, okay, there are lurkers, you need this observer, but there's still almost, there's no army basically. And he's even getting cannons now. And the Dark Archon, okay, very interesting.
I guess he feels he needs some more kind of spells or tech to, you know, stay in this game. I'm sure he knows that he's quite far behind.
Yeah, maybe he can maelstrom like 10 lurkers or so to get back into this game, but before they burrow.
Cold sending a few Hydras to pick off that cannon and tried to get the forge. But Fisheye storms them down. So.
And Fisheye just getting more cannons in. I'm not sure if that's the right decision here. I think he needs a third base soon, because I think Cold has a very strong economy on 3 bases and he will get his 4th soon as well.
And the fact that he's so far behind too, he's got to cut something somewhere, you know? Like
Yes.
he can't really afford to be making all these cannons when he's behind. Like he needs units, he needs something to get himself back in the game, so he's got to take some kind of a risk.
Yeah.
And I think just making cannons is just extra money you should be spending on units or something to try and get back in the game, or getting an expansion up.
Oh, what? He actually cancels the robotics in his natural and builds a new one in the main now. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or it was maybe blocking away here. So yeah, losing more resources there again. Whew, not an easy position here for Fisheye.
No, he does have that Dark Archon, so if he can get a Maelstrom off and storm all those mutas, that's a good start. But you can see, like, he's 50 supply plus behind here of Cold.
Yeah.
And, like, if the supplies were switched, you would say it might be, like, a pretty close game, but the fact that Zerg is ahead by 50, you got to be feeling for the Protoss here.
Yes. And Maelstrom, by the way, is not even researched so far. Halfway done.
Okay.
So he really needs some more time.
I don't know.
Yeah, feedback the defilers that they're coming soon. There's a hive, so it's not super super far away. Yeah.
Right, we do have that 4th base now for Cold set up. I don't know what the plan for Fisheye. I think he's just going to try and mass up some units here, and he's just going to have to push out and hope he can kill a couple of bases.
Yeah, maybe get one super big army almost maxed, and then try to kill the Zerg with it, and not even trying to get the 3rd base yourself, just going for that one attack to hopefully end the game. I think that's the plan here.
Yeah, like it looks like that might be what he's planning. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gateways on 2 base.
Yeah.
So he's, I mean, he feels like he's pretty much going all in with this. And if he doesn't kill the Zerg when he moves out, or if he loses his army, it's gonna be game over, for sure.
Yeah. The only thing that Cole didn't do so far is maybe spreading his units a bit. He has his whole army in the natural, so if there would be, like, I don't know, a 2 shuttle drop at the 3rd base or 4th base, that would hurt a lot, because there's no defense there, no units. But I guess it doesn't matter. So we see the move out now of Fisheye with 175 supply, but I mean, if the Zerg is maxed at this point, that is a really hard fight to take.
Yeah, he's left like a control group of units at home too. Okay, they're coming out to join him now. He's gonna need like the most amazing storms and maelstorms and everything here.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. He's got the Dark Archon kind of chasing that, trying to chase down those mutalisks. Well, he does get a maelstorm on those mutas, but there's nothing around here to storm.
Yeah, no storm so far.
Okay, there's one.
Okay.
Oh. He does take out a lot of those mutas, but this army Zerg just has so much. Like, look at everything in the Zerg natural. If he just sent all that, he would destroy the Protoss army and run over the Protoss main.
Definitely, yeah. So he's going to try again, but against the high ground with so many lurkers, you are just not going to take this. Oh my God.
It's his only option though. He's got to go all in with this. He's got to make it work, or it's game over, right? And I don't think it's gonna work out. Like, you can just see the Zerg just swarming from all angles here, coming in with so many units. And Yeah, I mean, he's putting a pylon to take a third base here, but that's too little too late. He's never going to get that up. And yeah, he knows it too. That's game over.
GG.
GG.
Okay, very dominating performance here by Cold, getting that
Yeah.
first win in the first series.
Yeah, he's someone I could see possibly, even going all the way in this tournament. He looked quite strong, quite scary. Like Fisheye is no slouch of a player himself, and he made it look almost easy.
Yeah. Okay, so we will go into the second match of this group, where we have BSL 7 Dromar against DM White. So the game is now open.
All right, this should be another PVZ.
So White against Dromar. So we had Joma, as we saw in the beginning. He's a bit below the MMR of his opponents in this group. So yeah, let's see if we can maybe play an equally dominating game as Cold, but I think it will be hard for him.
Yeah, I think this might be a little bit more of a mismatch. But we'll see, you never know. It is ZVP. There's a lot of ways Protoss can die or take damage early on. Alright, so as the Cyan Zerg matching the minerals and geysers on the minimap, we have Dromar.
And in the bottom right, in white, we have White. So
How
picks
fitting.
the color of his name. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. I definitely like that better than the cyan. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, I love the cyan color, but it's hard to see on the minimap because it does blend in. Like, you couldn't tell if the gas was taken or not just by looking at the minimap.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're playing against an opponent with this color, you should definitely switch the color with shift and tab to make it green and red instead of playing against this color, because yeah, as Snipe mentioned, it's very hard to see some things because you see this color everywhere where you see minerals and gas, so you can't really differentiate between the units and the resources.
Yeah, you could definitely easily miss something here, but anyway, well, we'll see. Looks like our friend Drummer doesn't have that early game spam down. Sitting at under 100 APM.
Yeah, that's very nice guy, it seems, because I'm never spamming myself. I'm always below 100 supply as well at the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean, I've definitely had my games. I didn't use the spam very much at the beginning of games either. I also had pretty low APM for quite a while. Like earlier CPL 1, 2 kind of thing, I was known for having less than 100 APM, but still competing with like these higher level people. So, yeah.
Okay, so we have the Forge here for White, and he's opting for that cannon because he did scout the wrong direction, so he does not have any Zerg scouting information, so he needs to get that cannon because he's also not sending out the second probe to scout the Zerg. So better safe than sorry, and yeah, getting that cannon in case Zerglings are already on the way.
And now he's just gonna save up and get that Nexus down here right away, I think. Looks like on 15 supply. And yes, there is the Nexus.
Okay, meanwhile in the Zerg base we had, I think, a pull first into a hatchery. I'm not sure about the timings, but probably overpull and 11 or 12 hatch. Because I think that's the most common build order nowadays. And we have gas taken for the Zerg as well, and he can... okay, I thought he maybe gets the scouting probe because it was a bit stuck on the edge of the hedge there, but gets away.
Alright, so next thing to look for is what paths these players want to take. Is they're gonna go for like a 3-hatch Hydra, especially now that the probe has left? definitely an option with the probe not being in the base to scout it. Or is he going to go up for lair, play standard, maybe go for mutalisks or some lurkers or something? We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think we have not seen, we have not seen any super weird or super fast cheeses or rushes here in these two groups so far. So would definitely be interesting to see that. And we have the hatchery then here, going up in the main on only on 3 hatch. So but it's all scouted. The third hatch is scouted by white, but not the Hydrolis 10 so far. Are the first Hydras in production? Not yet. Okay.
I think this may even be the first 3-hatch Hydra we've seen, which kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
Especially like it was really popular there not too long ago with Zero doing the 3-hatch Hydra with the 4th hatch at a 4th base. Like that became after that. Like I ran into this build on ladder almost all the time in PvZ.
Yeah, true.
Did not see anyone doing that recently is actually kind of surprising me, but we do have a 3-hatch Hydra, and it is actually being scouted here by white. So I think he should be okay.
Yeah, he's starting the cannons immediately after seeing that, of course. But so far, the first 3 Hydras are being built now, so there are also some variations where Zerg just gets like 5 Hydras or so, just to snipe out this gateway and maybe the forge, and then just continues to drone up and get his economy very high with the third base and make the Protoss over defend by making many cannons against only 5 Hydras. And we see white adding a lot of cannons, so 5th cannon already going up, and so far I only see 3 Hydras. No, actually I see 5. Yeah, 5 exactly. Okay, 8 now. More and more, looks like.
We'll have to see if he continues to make them or if he stops at this. It looks like white has sent a few zealots to the top. It's gonna force, Dromer to send his Hydras over there to defend, and it's just gonna buy him more time back at home as well. Knowing those Hydras aren't gonna be in position to, start taking down his wall or cannons. I will say he did force a lot of cannons here, probably more than he needs. But for one thing, if white values himself or sees himself as the stronger player, making the extra cannons is probably fine. Like I know when I'm in practice games, if I'm playing against someone who I'm better than and they're doing like a 3-hatch Hydra, sometimes I'll overmake cannons as well, just to think, okay, I don't want to die to your 3-hatch Hydra because I know that's a possibility. But I know I can beat you in the late game or a longer game. So I'll take the hit now to stay safe and then come back later,
Yeah, we'll see how big that hit is, because he did make 7 cannons total, and there are no more Hydras for the coming, so he stayed on those 8 Hydras, I think. Yeah, 8 Hydras.
He's got like as many cannons as our Hydras.
Yeah, almost, yes. So, but there's still, okay, now the layer is halfway done. Double evolution chamber going up. The only weird part is that Droma actually researched both of the Hydrolis upgrades immediately, without making more Hydras. So he could have maybe started his lair or his upgrades earlier if he doesn't plan to make a lot of Hydras and get the Hydra upgrades later on when he actually produces Hydras. But now we have a lot of zealots going out of the base now with speed and no +1. No +1.
Yeah. Hope he's making a bunch of units here, because that's a lot of zealots coming towards him. He did take a 4th base behind this, so this is that kind of that Zero build we were talking about. But does he have enough to defend these zealots? He is getting a 2nd sunken. The units aren't really in place here, so the zealots are going to be able to get on top of these sunkens and kill them.
Yeah, I mean he had some Hydras, but they were just a bit out of position, as you say. And now the sunkens are already down without any defense here.
He's going to lose his hatchery before the Hydras even get into this fight as well.
I mean, they're just standing there. He's not even trying to defend this, it looks like.
Yeah, he's giving up this base for free. He's not even trying to defend it. He's gonna lose both of those hatcheries. It's definitely gonna set him back here. And honestly, the biggest mistake is just like he was out of position. He wasn't ready for the attack, right? His Hydras just weren't there. If the Hydras were there when the Zealots show up, none of this would have been able to go down.
Yeah, exactly. And now he needs to save this base, otherwise he's very far behind. But I think he's able to.
Yeah. He looks like he's gonna be able to save that hatchery. Still takes quite a big hit. But what's the follow-up here?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not only about the expansion itself. I mean, he can just send the drones to the other base here. So far he's long mining, but he could send it to the other base. But it's also about the 2 hatcheries being lost. So that's a lot of production that you don't have. Right now he's only on 3 hatcheries. And that's not a lot for having a 3-base economy.
We do have a big counter here, though, coming across the map. That's a lot of Hydras. If you can pick off those Templars before any good storms come out, you could maybe do something here. First storm was okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not the best storms here.
Yeah.
Oh, the Overlord is not in place. There's a Dark Templar killing some Hydras on the left side here. 7 kills already. Oh my god. Oh, the Overlord is just a bit off position here.
Yeah. So he does hold off that attack. That DT being worth killing off what 7 Hydras it looks like. Meanwhile, Zerg has got reestablished that base. So he's on 4 bases, though he's not really using the one in the new main. Nothing mining there yet.
Yeah. Okay, we have the upgrades on 1-1 for the Zerg, getting this 2-2 right now, while we still have 1-0 only for white. Oh my god, the Templars.
Looks like my game's Templars are running out. Reminds me of my PVZs, all my Templars dying.
Yeah, that can be so frustrating for a Protoss player. You have such a big army and then there are like 6 Hydras coming from the side and they snipe 3 of your Templars and then your army is
just
super
trailing behind.
bad.
Yep. It's funny how just a few Templars can change the whole composition of your army. But we do have him pushing across now with some Dragoons, a couple of Zealots, and a Templar. What does Zerg really have to defend here? There's a few Hydras. It looks like he's actually just gonna call GG right there.
Yeah, I think he lost. I think he was already supply blocked during this attack.
Oh.
And then he lost some. I think he lost 2 Overlords, so he was not able to make some more units. And you can see the minerals here. He's on over 1k minerals and 1k gas. So
yeah,
maybe also after this fight happened, when he went back to his base and he wanted to reduce, even if he would not be supply blocked, he just didn't have the production because he lost those 2 hatcheries. So yeah, sadly the macro not up to par here, and white takes the first game.
Yeah, well played by white. I think Drummer probably could have held that had he been able to spend those minerals in time. But as it was, I mean, white ran him over. See if Drummer can come back in game number 2 here.
Yes, and now we have the second game here on Power Bond.
3-player map, of course.
And
all right,
we started immediately. Oh wow, the scoreboard was completely wrong. Well, not completely, but the score was wrong. Now it's correct.
All right, spawning on the left as the Cyan Zerg again, we have BSL 7 Dromar.
And on the right side, not in white anymore, but this time in red, we have DM White.
So maybe he didn't pick his color and he just let it random. Didn't he random did white in the first game or something?
Oh, 1 out of 16 chance.
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't want to be white on this map because it's silver or gray. I don't know. We'll see. So what do the players do this time? We see maybe a gateway first. Do we see Forge again?
I think if you win the first game and it was like there was not really a point where he was scared that he will die because he had those 7 cannons, so he did build a lot of cannons, which usually can put the Protoss a bit behind, but he was still able to push out relatively early, so it was a completely fine game for him, so I think there's no reason to change his strategy too drastically here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know if you caught it. We did have Dromar do the gas truck to get an extra early drone there. And he's going to throw down a... What is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what he's going on about, okay.
Oh, and we have a gateway actually, despite him sending
Oh.
out the first probe to scout. So that's
Okay,
weird.
interesting. So it looks like he wants to maybe put on a little bit of early pressure.
Yeah, and it can block the hatchery here in the natural, so there will be no sunkens or so for this attack, so he needs to build pure zerglings to defend this.
He hasn't really been saving up his larva, so he's only going to be able to make 2, maybe 4 zerglings here. Yeah. So there is definitely some possibility here for white to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah, and I'm really a bit scared for Droma here because he was already on 400 minerals because his hatchery in the natural was blocked so far, and now he built the hatchery very close to the Protoss base,
Yeah.
so this zealot attack...
What?
What?
I guess he's just gonna give up. Okay, I mean,
Okay.
he could have. It wasn't an ideal situation for him, sure, but you're in a tournament game. Like, you should, I feel like you should still try and win it. Like,
Yeah,
if anything,
sure.
GG too late than too early. Like, I don't know.
I mean, he
Especially when
had
your
some
life's on the line.
Zerglings building, and it's only one zealot which just spawned. I mean, it's still... You can still defend it with your first 4 or 6 Zerglings. It's completely possible. I mean, if it would be a 2-gate rush, then maybe, okay, that's very hard to hold. But a 1-gate, you can always defend. I mean, the 1-gate is really not designed to kill the Zerg. It's just designed to probably take a drone or 2. But the drones are far away, so he had this hatch building here in the middle between the 2 players. But there are no drones to kill for the Protoss, so even if you let the Protoss hit the hatchery for a bit, it doesn't matter. If you have enough Zerglings, you can still defend it, and if your hatch has 500 HP less, then it still doesn't really hurt you if you don't lose drones. So yeah, I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I mean, the Zealots mostly, like you said, to maybe pick up a couple of drones and to force Zerglings to be made, so they're not making drones, but... Yeah. It's strange to me, especially, because you're playing in this tournament, it's a tournament match. Maybe if it's practice or something, it's a little more understandable, but even still, I think you should try and defend it,
Yes. So, anyways, congratulations to White for advancing to the final match here, where we see him going up against the winner of our first match, which is Cold. So we have White against Cold here.
This is our last match, isn't it? Because we had a couple walkovers or something?
Yes, so in my replay folder here we see there's only the final match of the group, the final series of the group left here, which is, as I said, White against Cold. So I'm really not sure what happened, but yeah, I mean, it could be that the loser of this match won it by walkover afterwards. So yeah, I don't know who advanced yet, but I would say let's just watch this match first and then see who.
We can figure it out after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have all the results as well, so I can check those, or I have the bracket I can check after this.
Yeah.
And we'll see how everyone did, and then we can, if you want, go over the round of 8 as well.
Yeah, sure. Okay, So winners match. I will update the scoreboard here. Or yeah.
Another gladiator. We've definitely seen a lot of gladiator today.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, a few maps we haven't seen at all today. I think from the pool we haven't seen Oxide or Multiverse.
Yeah.
Or Bloody Ridge. All right. So spawning in black, dark gray or something this time, we have our Protoss DM white here in the bottom left.
And in the top right we have our yellow Zerg Cold. And actually we got some results spoiled in the chat already, so I guess we can announce it anyways. So it looks like never mind. Let's just talk about it afterwards. I guess it doesn't matter now.
All right.
Okay.
I'm expecting this will probably be a better game than the last one. The MMR difference is a little bit less, not as much of a mismatch as the last series.
Yes, both players did really well in their first match, but I think the feeling I have is that Cold, he did play a bit longer game and it was also a bit more dominating. So far I have a slightly better impression of Cold, so we'll see if he can continue his domination here against Whites.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Cold is also the Zerg player in the ZVP, so he has a little bit of advantage there.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I mean, anything can happen, right? We'll see how this goes. It looks like White is just going to go ahead and open with that Forge first. And we're going to see a 12 hatch coming out of Cold here to start, like we saw versus Fisheye in the first game.
Yes, okay, so what do we have here? We have the 12 hatch for Cold. And the normal Forge for Whites. So no weird stuff so far.
I actually just realized we had no Terran players at all today.
Yeah, that's true. The Terran players are a bit rare. I also see that on the ladder when I'm playing. Most of the people are Protoss or Zerg. I don't know why. Maybe because Terran is a bit harder to play.
Yeah, at lower levels early on for sure, I would say. It's probably the hardest to learn, starting out especially.
Yeah, I think so as well.
All right, so White making nice adjustments. You know, he scouted the 12 hatch, and he's just gonna go ahead, throw down the Forge and Gateway before his cannon, knowing he can get away with that, like knowing the pool is delayed. He's actually looking for a third hatch with his probe here. Not gonna find it here in the bottom right, as Cold is taking it at the 12 o'clock base here.
Yeah, I think if you scout such a late pool, and it's also cross position, you can even get like a pylon at the gateway, the simulator, even before the cannon. But yeah, he wants to play it safe and gets the cannon before the gas and the pylon.
Yeah, if you keep the probe in the main too and see he's not committing to making lings, like I've had games where I've actually gotten my core up before my cannon just because he's made only 2 lings or the pool is delayed. I can see, okay, he's not looking to pressure me. So I'll just get my core up, and it just helps get your tech along faster.
Yeah, this PvZ opening in general, that's something that where you can see that it's mostly not the right way to just blindly follow some build order that you see in some pro match, because it's very dependent on the situation. It's very depending on your scouting information as well, so you always want to adapt on depending on what you scout and not just blindly build the Forge, the Cannon, the Nexus in that order or so.
Yeah, that's very true. In this matchup, there's so many little adjustments you can make early on based on Zerg's opening. Like, you want to try and take those little edges where you can get them. You know, if you can get your Nexus up a little bit quicker without dying, and you're gonna start mining faster, and it's just these little differences add up, you know, as the game goes on. It's like, okay, I got my Nexus up 10 seconds faster. Well, now I'm mining 10 seconds faster, so I can get all of my tech out that much faster and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. These little differences do definitely add up, especially as you get to a higher level. These are some of the things that'll improve your game, right? Like if you're just blindly going cannon first every game, you're going to just be putting yourself behind against things like hatch first. So,
Yeah, definitely.
um,
Okay, meanwhile in the Protoss space we have that fast Stargate as well and 300 gas and no +1 researching once again, so I'm really confused about the lack of early +1 upgrades in these
yeah,
games.
like, are they all playing a different new style that we neither of us know about or something? This is interesting to me because these players are definitely of the caliber that I wouldn't think they would all be consistently for getting +1. We actually have a comment here in the chat saying I was white ahead 2-0, so maybe the overlay or something.
Yeah, I already fixed it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just behind then. But we do have a little push out here with a few zealots, you know, forcing Cole to make some units, maybe pull some drones. He does get one of those, that's nice. Nice control coming out of white here as well.
Yeah, very effective trades here. Gets another drone, yes.
That one zealot has 6 kills.
Yeah, definitely very effective trade here. Getting, I think, yeah, 2 drones, right? And a lot of
Yeah.
Zerglings.
Yeah, between the 3 zealots, he had 9 kills, I believe. So.
Yeah, nice. 2 drones, 7 Zerglings. That's a lot for 3 zealots. So good job. Also getting the +1 now. And the first Corsair is already out, but he's actually not flying out to chase some overlords, but he's just staying in the main. That's... Oh, never mind. Okay.
The Scourge pop just near that Corsair. He barely got that out. Had Cold been watching for those Scourge to pop, he probably would have got that Corsair. It's still really close as is, but and he should be able to save that and get over his cannons.
Yes, so... Yeah, he's making more Corvais here in the main, but actually stopped now after 3, so 3 is a very weird number because you still can't kill Scourges flying to you, and you can't get more scout information than 1 core there, so it's a weird number.
Yeah, there is like a style you can play. It's like a lower Corsair style where you do this. Yeah, he isn't getting +1, so basically you go up to like 3 in case your opponent is going to go Mutalisks. Then you can continue production if he is going to go for those Mutalisks, and you still have a few out. So you're not like left, oh, he's got Mutalisks, I only have 2 Corsairs, right? But at the same time, he didn't really need them if he's not going Mutalisks, you know? So I can kind of understand where you're saying that too.
Yeah, so what do we have here for a Zerg player? Already the transition to the Hydra list, with the Hydra then up and researching the ranged and also an evolution chamber somewhere. Yes, getting the range +1 attack upgrade as well. So we have the full transition to Hydra list, and yeah, I mean, so far not much happened, but we see another move out by White with a lot of speed.
+1 isn't finished yet, but it will be by the time he gets here, I think.
Okay, but there are also sunken and a few Hydras in position, and another sunken building, so... Yeah, but nothing in the natural actually, just at the third base.
Pretty good Sim City here though, and he's got units coming down from that so I don't think White's going to be able to find too much damage here. If he could catch those Hydras, that'd be nice. Okay, yeah, looks like he's going to catch extra Hydras, that's good.
Oh, that's very nice.
Nice little pick off a few Hydras out in the open. But yeah, he doesn't look like he's really willing to commit anywhere. I mean, it did what it was meant to do, you know, send those zealots out, force the Zerg to make units instead of drones. Did pick off a few. Ideally, you don't want to lose those zealots. So,
yeah.
Both players playing very well.
Turning around again, going towards the third base now, okay. But I guess he will just retreat again.
Yeah, maybe hoping to catch a few units coming out onto the map or something.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have 2 Dark Templars defending that third base attempt by white, and also going across the map now, but I think there are overlords everywhere in position, and also a Spore even at the third base, so I don't think that all those Dark Templars can do a lot of damage. But at least they did their job at defending the third base, so the cannons are going up right now, and it looks like he's in a good position to easily defend the third base as well, because the storms are already out as well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Zerg's really going to be able to find the damage he's looking for here, especially now that these cannons are finishing up. A couple of decent storms here, killing some Hydras as well. Yeah, I was a little worried there. Cold looked like he was about to push through that choke, and that's like a prime location for a fat storm to go down if you're pushing through a tight area like that. But he is going to come around to try and push down on this base from the high ground area here. Alright, killing a couple of cannons.
Wow, but there's so many Protoss units, there's no way he can kill that, even if there are no more storms. Just the gateway count and the goon count of white is so big here. Yeah, that he has to go back. And what else do we have? We have the lurker upgrade near completion. Is there already an observer? Oh no, I don't see any robotics even being built here.
Oh yeah, so robotics is definitely a bit late, I would say. He should be looking to get that out here pretty soon. I hope he starts that right away here. Meanwhile, we do have the Queen's Nest coming out from the Zerg player. So it looks like he's going to want to continue on with this tech and get up to Hive fairly soon here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you can use the lurkers to get the fourth base up, and defend it before there's observer out. But in this case, I don't know. He's just going for 3-base Hive. It looks like, and we'll see if he uses the lurkers maybe even aggressively.
He does have a drone here at the fourth base. It looks like he's going to take it there momentarily. Meanwhile, the robo is started. It's almost halfway down here in the Protoss main.
Okay, so yeah, sadly white is not really scouting the bases, so it looks like Cold was able to set up all his stuff he needs, some lurkers, some hydras and an overlord, and getting even another lurker here, so this base is very well defended now.
Looks like we're actually going to be setting up here for a pretty long game. We got Protoss on 3 base, Zerg on 4 base. Neither player can really boss the other at the moment, I would say. If anything, White's 3rd base might be a little exposed. He doesn't really have any Templars or Zealots sitting there. I guess he has a couple sitting that is outside his natural he can send over there. But his army is coming back. It looks like, you know, Cold is looking for a potential 4th base attempt, and he's going to find it and be able to deny that for now.
Yeah,
nice little play.
Good job scouting this here and denying that probe, killing that probe.
He's going to lose all his links for that, though.
Yeah. So
we have a...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, it looks like we have a little bit of a Mutalisk switch. We have 5 or so Mutalisks sitting in the natural Zerg here.
Yeah. I noticed the upgrades. He was not upgrading out of the evolution chamber after the +1 for quite a while, but is getting dual upgrades now for melee units. So yeah, so he skipped a bit. So right now Protoss is ahead 2-0 against 1-0. So maybe a good time for White to search or look for a fight. And also White is getting the 3rd upgrade immediately after the 2nd one finishing. So he's really on top of his upgrades here.
Yeah, it's very good. I want to see what he's actually got full control group of Mutalisks now. So I expect we'll see him maybe try and fly over this army and pick off some Templars, or could possibly even dive into somewhere like the main and kill off some tech and some probes if Protoss isn't ready for this.
Yes, but I think the army is quite fine against 12 Fusilists because there are 3 Corsairs still and a lot of goons, so I think that army should be fine. But as you say, the main is quite undefended. For example.
He could even, yeah, he could even deny this 4th base attempt again, and it looks like that might be where he's going for.
Yeah, sadly no units there for white to defend. You always want to have 1 or 2 Templars there to defend any run-bys or so. But in this case he doesn't have that, and that means he's losing his 4th base here.
And he's going to make a couple of lurkers on that ramp just to make sure he can kill that Nexus, which is already dead now. But nice little move, stopping Protoss from getting up there to try and save the Nexus.
So where are the observers? I still don't see observers in the army. Okay, it's now coming to the army right now.
Yeah, got the first couple observers out on the map.
Maybe he loses some High Templars.
Oh,
or if he would focus them, could have killed 1 or 2 maybe if he focused. There are 2 in the yellow here.
He does manage to save it. Oh, that's nice. Meanwhile, we do have Zerg up on 5 bases now, though he's only mining from 3 of them still. Setting up some defenses here. It looks like Protoss is going to try and push the space. If he can deny it, that would be really good. But we do have a few lurkers and some hydras here.
He needs some more of Sunkens and move his army, which is just sitting there.
He's flying over with just the Mutalisks at the moment.
Oh my god. Sniping 1 Templar here, sniping the not quite second one. Okay, now he got it. Oh my god, sniping 4 Templars now and sniping the 5th one as well.
5, yep.
Yep.
Just guess it.
But still, Protoss, he could have moved his army and defend his base, but he's just not doing it. It would be an easy defense for him without any. With 5 Templars killed. Would be so easy to move all his units.
He definitely could have killed off this army and defended that. But as it is, he does give up his base. He's sending like a huge army. You can just see the stream of yellow going all the way across the map. To try and take off maybe this 3rd base.
I'm not sure. It's all in a line, so those cannons are really doing good work, and I think he's not able to kill this.
Yeah, there's some pretty nice storms coming out here from white as well. Zerg at this point, it looks like he's just throwing away a lot. I don't think he's going to be able to bust through onto this 3rd base. And this 3rd base isn't all that important. I mean, it's not a full base to begin with. There's no gas, and it's got less minerals. And there's not a lot left here either. So I would say probably a little bit of an overcommit by Zerg in that case.
Yeah, maybe if he moved in before the white was already getting some reinforcements and getting his army back to his base here. If he attacked right away when white was actually killing his 4th base, maybe he could have gotten it, but at this point it was a bit too late. The reinforcements were already there, and now he's in a very rough spot here.
Yeah, we do see white is up about 35 supply here. Zerg is retaking that base on the right-hand side here, at 3 o'clock. We do have Protoss continue to wander around the map here with a pretty good, sizable army, looking to maybe deny that again, find some damage where he can.
There's 1 lurker and a few hydras, but not really set up in a good position. And he needs to move his other army now. Okay, at least he's moving his army, going to the left. Nothing to gain there.
And maybe he's thinking Protoss might have a base over here somewhere. Defiler Mound has finally just finished up. Don't see any Defilers out on the field yet, or any upgrades coming out of the Defiler Mound, but he will be able to get those Dark Swarms and Plagues coming out very soon.
And he's trying to do that counter attack again, but I don't see it working. And even if he
did hit a lot of those Zealots, but yeah. It looks like he may kill this Nexus, but I don't think white is going to mind all that much. Like it was almost mined out anyway. It's not a super important base to him.
Nice storm here, killing 10 units with that storm alone. Nice. Yeah, but for that, our Zerg player here lost most of his army, lost his 4th base again, and I mean, White still has his own 4th base, which is, I guess, now his 3rd base, I don't know. With the gas, he has it mining, not the gas itself, but the base. I think White is still completely fine, even losing this almost mined out mineral only base, which I guess he doesn't care about anyways.
Yeah, White is on 3-1 upgrades here. Well, Zerg is still on 2 carapace, with 1 attack on both ground and melee missile attacks. So still upgrade advantage here going to White. He's still looking pretty good with those zealots against those lings especially. Zerg is trying to take the space, but there's no way this is gonna go up. Nice deny there.
Yeah, now he's trying on the right side again, but I don't know, he needs some more lurkers there and have them burrowed near the ramp, otherwise he will never defend his base against the army of White.
Oh. I did see White try and take another base, but we do have a 1 lurker and a couple of links sitting on the left, killing the probe that went over there. So White is going to have to send a few units to deal with that at some point if he wants to take that base. Couple of nice storms. There's a pretty good storm.
Yes. But of course,
Not
always hard to push into a high ground with lurkers set up.
Yeah, and especially on like a map like this where you're going to definitely be attacking low ground, high ground, low ground.
Yeah.
There's lots of places Zerg can kind of set up. And now that he's got Defilers out and Dark Swarm, it's going to be even harder. Dragoons lose a lot of their value now. I'd like to see him start maybe mixing in some Reavers.
Yeah, and despite all the kills of the 4th base by White, I can see Cold actually taking this game because White actually now mined out his main and the natural. He's on 1 base and still has not attempted to take another base, so if he loses his army just 1 time and doesn't get a base up, he's without any economy.
Okay. Oh, that storm killed most of his observers, almost got all of them there. But he is going to clean up most of this, it looks like. He does have a probe here in the bottom right natural, simply to try and take a base there.
Yeah.
He's actually long distance mining that mineral only patch now.
Okay, and we see another attack on the 4th base of the Zerg, but this time there are actually 2 lurkers. They are pretty close together, so a storm could kill them. Oh, but all the observers just got sniped. Wow.
And all those goons are bugging out, so he holds this base with 1 lurker there and 4 Hydras against a 170 supply Protoss army.
Yeah, that's yeah, he needs more observers. Okay, there's 1 observer coming now. Yeah, he just needs to kill that 1 lurker and he can kill, or actually there are 2 more lurkers, so 3 lurkers, and then he can kill that base again. But I mean, it's not mining anyways.
A couple of Zerglings donating themselves to the Protoss army here.
Yep.
Maybe just trying to get a scout, see where it's at.
Oh, there's a Defiler. Will there be a plague? Or just...
Here it comes. Yeah. That plague only hit like 3 Dragoons and 1 Templar.
Not
it
really
looked like it was going to be so much better, but it hit like almost nothing.
Okay, and we have this 1 observer now. He can't lose this observer. And yeah, it looks like he's not losing it this time, so he can take out the space again. Or maybe not.
Oh, he's gonna actually back out.
Oh, nice flank now by Cold. This can be dangerous for a play. Nice Dark Swarm here. With all those circlings against the goons. Oh, and there are almost no zealots left, so this army is going to die completely.
Oh,
wow.
And just like that, like Cold is way back ahead, and he's actually ahead in supply now. So just like that, I think this match flip-flopped, and now Cold is looking to be in quite a strong position.
Yeah,
Like he
this
kept
was
that base, and he's taking another base top left.
yeah, this was just a perfect flank. I mean, he completely trapped the army, casted 2 Dark Swarms on that, and completely finished it off. So it was super nice.
Now he's sending a ton of Zerglings here to try and kill this base.
But Dark
He's throwing
Swarm
up
was very late.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of Zealots here. The Dark Storm won't do anything against them. It will help against those cannons, but no, looks like White is going to be able to hold on to this base more now. And he really needs to. Like, if he were to lose that base, I think his chances of winning the game are pretty much done.
Yes, I mean his third base is getting is not having so many resources anymore, only like 500 to 600 per mineral block. It will run out at some point, so he really needs to keep this bottom right natural.
I do want to see some Reavers though. Support Bay just finished up in his main, so we'll probably see him starting to make a couple of Reavers.
Yeah.
He does have a shuttle coming out of the Robo in his main too. Oh, a little drop in the top right here to deny that Nexus. Or,
Good job
sorry,
here.
bottom. Top right, bottom right. So, nice little play. Preventing White from getting that second base down there. Temporarily, anyway. It looks like he's got more than enough units that he could retake that.
Oh, and I just realized that White started very late on mining his gas at the third base. There's only 2000 left, 2000 mined out of this gas, so he definitely forgot about it quite a while. And I don't know, with this attack, with that nice army kill of Cold, he was able to get all the stuff he needs. He is able to set up 2 additional bases in the top left now, which are completely well defended. And at this point, I think Colt is in a super good position to take this game.
Yeah, he's just slowly starting to outgrow White here. Like, White really needs to secure both of those bases and get some Reavers out on the map to help deal with the Hive tech. If Cold, if he can't kill a base of Cold soon, I think we're going to see Cold probably walk away with this game. We do have a big push out of army here, though. Let's see what he can get done. If he can get to this top left and take that out, then it'll be looking good for him. Otherwise, I think Cold may win this one.
Yeah, and this base is pretty well defended. I'm just don't see him breaking that, especially because there's so many units now which can just flank him from behind when he attacks towards Lurker sunken line here, and even additional sunken going up. So I don't think this is a way to play this game at this point. I think it's over that you can just take out the base by attack moving with your army. I think you need some, I don't know, some drops, Dark Templar drops in the main, or just some Storm drops in the economy, something else.
Well, on key, we did have a Storm drop there at that mineral base, killing 8 drones.
Yeah.
Second one only killing 1 there, but
yeah,
that
so
base is
that's
pretty
a
much
start.
mined out anyway. It looks like he's going all in on this.
Is there, okay, 4 observers, but there still is, no, there's a spore. It's killing all the observers.
Oh no. Yeah, and his whole army dies, and the no GG just leaves the game.
This is exactly what happens when you try to attack into a sunken lurker spore line of a Zerg player with so many buildings and lurkers there. You just can't break it fast enough, and you're losing all your zealots mostly in the process, or a lot of units in general, and then you're completely open for a very nice flank of the Zerg. So I mean, if you really want to try that, you maybe can poke a bit with the goons, but you always have to be ready so that you can retreat out of the sunken range very quickly, and make sure to focus on that flank, which is surely coming all the time.
Very good points. But it was a very well played game by both players, I say. I think that was our longest game today.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we have Cold being only one game away from advancing to the round of 8. And the game is open, the second game of those two players on Neo Sylphid here.
All right, and this would be the Protoss. Yeah,
The Protoss pick, you said? It was
Yeah.
cut off here. Okay, yeah.
I think because he lost, right? Or
Should be, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
depending how they did it, I guess. Yeah. Oh, right.
What does he have in store for us?
So, yes, spawning here on the left, bottom left, we have our orange Zerg up a game. One game away from making it to the round of 8, BSL 7 Cold.
And in the bottom right, picking the color that brought him the win earlier, in whites, we have DM White.
Well, maybe that'll be good luck for him then. Maybe he can take this game down and get to a game 3. I'd like to see it.
I mean, it's a very low chance that he picked random on his color selection and got white twice in 4 games while his name being white. That would be quite funny. Very rare.
Yeah. Maybe likes to mix it up. He'll do white every other game or and then pick a different color for the rest. But we do have that first pylon coming down now. So he is scouting. I expect to see a forage first coming out of him. And it looks like Cold. Oh, I guess we don't know. Is he going to save up for 12 hatch again, or is he just going to go ahead and do an overpool here?
Yeah, we'll see. We definitely see White scouting the right direction this time. Oh, but slightly missing the natural entrance here.
It looks like we do have overpool. So we have seen, what, 2 12 hatches and 2 overpools out of Cold, showing he knows how to open a couple different ways and play from there. So pretty good.
And now that Probe is finding the entrance, and he is scouting that, early overpool.
We actually do have a gateway first here.
Yeah, I mean, he did that earlier already against Dromar in the second game, where he sends out that Probe to scout, but still gets a gateway behind it. But I mean, in this case, against an overpool, there will be links ready. But we'll see if we can deny the expansion. Or at least block it for some delay. I wanted to say.
Yeah. Oftentimes, if there's 2 drones out, you can see the Protoss throw down a pylon there too.
Yeah.
Looks like he's not going to do it this time, and Cold will be able to get that hatchery up here right away. A little late, but he'll still get that down.
Yeah, and for the Protoss, I've been in this situation quite often. It's so nice to block this expansion, and you feel like your pro player is still full HP, I can block it a bit longer, but at some point you just have to stop and scout the main because you want to know if there are Zerglings making or not, so you have to stop the blocking and you have to go.
And how many Zerglings too? Or just because you know the Zerglings are coming and you don't want to lose the prober, you want to still be able to get into the main and not have it blocked out.
And I have to say, very weird build order by White here, getting that gateway first, but not doing anything with the zealots, and then not even getting a nexus behind it, but forge and cannon.
Yeah, and this isn't fully blocked. Oh, that probe just barely got there in time to block those links coming up, but it's still not a great block here, so he's going to get a few links into the main base.
This probe blocked so much, but yeah, three links here, 4 links now in the main base.
Couple more get killed over by the natural, but this is painful to see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you get a few links in your base. It's just so stressful for Protoss. He does have the zealots to deal with this, but still, just having them run around can throw you off. Like you can see already, White got up to 600 minerals. He still hasn't started that nexus at his natural.
Yeah, he's totally out of his flow here. So many minerals, no nexus going up. And not even a gas or so, or a cybernetics or nothing.
Yeah, he's already put himself quite a bit behind just because of that. Although we do see on the Zerg side, he is actually making or banking a bunch of links here. with Ling speed on the way, stop mining gas. So he's gonna do what we saw in one of the earlier games and flood a bunch of Lings against this.
Yeah. But
Ooh.
also a bit of the same situation here for the Zerg, also a bit high on minerals, could have taken a Zerg base a bit earlier, so both players very busy dealing with their terrace here. Yeah.
We do have that third base being started now for the Zerg, however. I'm taking it at that gas base as opposed to that closer mineral only or the semi-high ground, but not really high ground gas base. So.
But I'm really interested to see why he built so many Zerglings. I mean, yeah, okay, we'll see if White is able to block his choke in time. He has 3 cannons, so 3 cannons are super nice. So it looks like he's expecting the siege.
Yeah, like he had no scout of this, so it looks like he's expecting some kind of all-in behind this.
Yeah.
Maybe he's thinking it's going to be Hydro follow-up, or could be Mastlings. Either way, he's feeling a little uncomfortable, so he's adding that third cannon.
But now Zerg is switching to drones, so I'm a bit confused.
That's actually... I'm kind of curious why he's pushing out. I guess he wants to see what he's doing, try and force him to make units, but Zerg has a lot of Lings out here.
Oh, and the natural is completely
miss.
open.
Oh no, these armies are gonna miss. These Zerglings are gonna get in and kill like all the cannons.
Wow. Decent block here, but it will not be enough. But what are the Zealots doing? They can do a lot of damage as well, but there are already 2 sunken, so I think our Zerg player is able to hold this quite easily. Oh, and just leave without GG.
Yeah, both games we saw that. Alright.
Okay, well, so this is this adds a bit of spiciness to the situation because yeah, first of all, congratulations to Cold for advancing to the round of 8. But we have White losing here, maybe being a bit frustrated, and also we have the information that he forfeited his last series, the final match of the group against Fisheye. Fisheye got a walkover in the losers match against Jomar, and also got a walkover against White in the finals. So White, I don't know if he had to leave or he's just frustrated and just locked off immediately. But anyways, we have Cold and Fisheye advancing to the round of 8.
As our last 2 players in the round of 8. So that would mean round of 8 said 4 Protoss players and 4 Zerg players. No Terrans in the round of 8.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like every single group had 1 Zerg and 1 Protoss to advance.
yeah, that's true actually. Yeah. So yeah, and I guess we can go over who advanced now. All the groups have been casted from the round of 16.
Yes.
And actually, how it worked out for the round of 8 is the 4 Zergs got on one side of the bracket and the 4 Protoss got on the other side of the bracket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're going to have mirror matches all the way to the finals, but then the finals is going to be a guaranteed PVZ. So
that's funny. Was it random or was it first place of one group against second place of another group?
So how it worked, I believe it was A1 against C2, and then A2 against C1, and then the same thing for B and D. So B1 against D2 and B2 against D1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's super funny how it worked out with the first and second place of the group, that we have 4 Zergs and 4 Protoss in both groups. That's funny.
Yeah. So matchups, I guess. I do happen to know matchups for the round of 8 if we want to go through those. It'll be
wait, can you is there any link where I can show this as well? Do you have?
Yes. Hold on. I may have closed it, but I can get it really quick here.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to show it on stream as well.
Sure, yeah. See if I can grab that. Oh, actually, the link some of the games have been played, so if you show it, there'll be spoilers.
Okay, so I guess maybe
Unless it's been updated on the Wikipedia, I'm not sure. I'll just check real quick.
I will check as well. Yeah.
I do know the results, so I'm not particularly spoiling myself.
Oh, the results of the round of 8 are not there. I would assume when they are not
Yeah.
casted so far. But the
Okay,
results
yeah.
of the ChoboLeague would be there of the round of 16.
Yeah. Okay. Elimination bracket. Results of the round of 8 is on the challenge page though, so I won't spoil that. But I will tell you
Okay.
I can still tell you the matchups. So we have Art of Turtle, Zerg player against Coffee Session, Zerg player, and then we have Cold, who we just saw, against Vir Rev. That's the top half of the bracket, and the bottom half of the bracket we have Fisheye going against Future, and then last but not least we have myself going against Chewy or Jedi One.
Okay. I'm actually writing this in the chat right now, so you can take a look at
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yes, I have everything here.
If you need to hear it again,
No, I have
or you
everything.
got it.
All fine.
Okay.
So there it is in the chat right now. You can see. It's sadly not formatted nicely, but I guess you can see the information. Yeah, Out of Turtle against Coffee, Cold against Veer, and then Fisher against Future, and Snipe against Chewy or Jedi One.
Yeah, I'm scared. He looks so strong.
Yeah, he was pretty strong, so will be a hard game. We
I'm
had
happy I made it to the round of 8. We'll see. Sorry, go ahead.
we had 2 players advancing to the round of 8 by losing their games and getting walkovers there. But we only have one single player who had an MMR below 1.7k, I think, which is Coffee Session, who advanced today. We saw him advance from the group C by losing 2 games but getting walkovers. So he was a bit below in MMR, I think, but all the other people are really quite high there, above average of the ChoboLeague players. So we'll see some
Yeah.
nice games for sure.
Yeah, we're definitely getting down to the top players, right? So
yeah,
some strong games, but we are going to see a lot of mirrors going forward into the finals. At least it guarantees a non-mirror final, right? So
yeah. So I'm not sure if there's any info about when those games will be casted. I don't think we have those games set, but maybe this week there will be a cast. I think so, at least.
yeah, as far as I know, I think Evil Bringer is doing 2 of them, and then we'll probably be doing 2 of them. You know, maybe like a Protoss and a Zerg one each, or something. So
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know when yet, but we'll figure out those details as the week goes on.
Yeah, so guys, if you like ZVZs or if you like PvPs, definitely check out the round of 8s of the ChoboLeague here, which, as we just said, are casted in the next 2 weeks at least. So this week and next week, they will be casted somewhere in this time span.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess that's pretty much everything.
Yes, I don't have any other information. So yeah, that's all the information we have right now. So maybe there's something. I just see some. Okay. So Evil Bringer said he will probably cast it on Friday, Thursday or Friday. He said he's not
Okay.
sure. And he said he will cast. He didn't say that so far, but probably Art of Turtle versus Coffee Season and Snipe versus Jedi. So it looks like we have both of the casting days split up between the races. So Evilbringer is casting 1 ZVZ and 1 PvP for you, and me and Snipe will be casting 1 ZVZ and 1 PvP as well. So both of them are very mixed. So yeah, check it out next Thursday or Friday probably for the first half of those games, and then probably early next week for the second half of those games.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, that's everything we have for you today, and I hope you enjoyed these games. We didn't have a single all-in cheese. I'm a bit sad, but we had one very short games with below 3 minutes.
That is true.
Okay, anyways, so tune in again next time on Evil Bringers and my Twitch channel. And yeah, see you next time. And of course, thanks to Snipe for joining me here.
Yes, thanks
And
for having me again, and thanks to all the viewers for tuning in.
yes. Okay, so bye bye and see you next time.
Bye.